Hello, hello. Good evening. Thank you for the pad. Also, congratulations. The quote actually fucking worked when it should. Oh, there it is. This is the animation that happened while I was typing the whole "oh yay, I'm going live" tweet, and I was like, oh, okay, that looks fun. Yeah. I am looking forward to this game. I have only looked into the game a little bit. I have read through that list of content warnings and I'm just like, okay. I think we'll just have to see how that actually goes, because a lot of those are just very reliant on, okay, what ending path are we on, whatever. You did wait for the code, and it did give us a good one. There's not a lot of stuff I know about it. I do know that it is voiced. I do know that there's many different paths to the game. I mean, the game has 97 achievements as well, so it's just like, okay. The list makes you might want to lurk. To be fair, I think you can get a lot of mileage out of just lurking as well. Because it is voiced, so alongside what I'm saying, I think pretty much anything that happens in the game is voiced as well, so... Slay the princess! I'm a princess, why would you dislay me? You will see. I think you will see why we want to slay this specific princess in particular. I say it as like I know anything about it. I know very few things. Like I said, I am trying to go into this as blind as possible. Also, I don't know how long it is. Like, I at this point, I am not sure if we're going to try and get 100% every single ending. Like, I do not know how much work that is. I'm going into this one as blind as possible, so we're just going to choose whatever the fuck we want and see where we get. And then we'll find out how the rest of that is gonna go. It also has a controller support, because funnily enough, I can once again not see my cursor. I think I know why, but sheesh. Also, I do not know. Maybe I need to turn on the sound a little more. We'll see once we actually get into it. I think I cannot see my cursor. I think it's because I put this game as the to match my model. Ooh, there she is again. Hello. So I kind of blend in a little more with the game. We'll see how that goes. It also has controller support though. It has controller support. There's a bunch of control thingies, accessibility. There's even an entire you can turn on text to speech, all that jazz. This is the only thing that I think is just because I have some other settings on my controller that doesn't really work. Yeah. I have no idea what a parallax effect is, or a boil effect. We'll just see how that goes. If it actually ends up hurting my eyes, I don't know, I'll just turn it off then, whatever. Voices are to the highest they can go. Music is a little further down. I haven't actually heard anyone speak yet, so I don't know. I do not know how that's gonna go. Just get into it. What? All I know is that my computer is kind of not happy with me having this game open, but that's okay. I have no idea. I don't know. Maybe they mean a boil effect. Oops, for an actual boiling? Like something's burning, something's boiling? Maybe the boil effect is what's happening to the screen right now. I have no idea. No babies, please, no. Please, no boiling any babies in this game. You love this game. Hi, Umpy. I've heard a lot of great things about this game. I have just very recently gotten it because it went on sale for, I guess, the first time, I think, or 20% off. I was like, okay, you know what? I've only heard good things about it. Let's get it. Just get into it. Chapter 1, The Hero and the Princess. It does say there's no wrong endings.
In the woods. And at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Hi. It does say when you open up the game that there is no wrong decisions. So whatever we get is what we get, I guess. Also, hell yeah to that narrator, because I love this man's voice. Even though I haven't finished listening to the Magnus Archives. I'm somewhere in season 3, so this is gonna be interesting hearing him speak this much as the narrator.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Oh no. Ooh, oh no. My choices are right under the chat. Okay, whatever. The end of the world, what are you talking about? Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up? Killing a princess seems kind of bad though, doesn't it? Can someone else do this? Forget it, I'm not doing this. Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending? Do I get some sort of reward for doing this? Okay, thanks for telling me what to do. Sweet, if I always wanted to offer Monarch Viva la Revolution. Silently continue to the cabin, turn around and leave. Can I do that? Turn around and leave.
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
Nah. If fine, you're persistent, I'll go to the cabin, I'll slay the princess. Fine, I'll go to the cabin, I'll talk to the princess, maybe I'll slay her, maybe I won't get busy. Lie, yes, I definitely know where I'm going. Nope. The only thing that matters is why I'm not going to the cabin. I'm not going to the cabin. I'm actually pretty okay with the world ending. I relish the coming of a new dawn beyond our own. Gonna go walk in the opposite direction now. Yeah. I am not going. I am just immediately not going. Let's try that one.
There won't be a new dawn if the world ends. There'll just be nothing forever.
Unfortunate.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin.
Yeah.
Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it. Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
You have the same voice. That's a little confusing.
That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin.
Damn it!
How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
Okay, I'm going into the cabin. Sheesh! Turn around again. Leave again.
You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
I don't care, I'm not killing a princess. Good, maybe everyone should die. It's what they get for dumping me in the woods and asking me to kill someone for them. You don't know much need me blackmailing into doing this. Quietly continue down the path. Oh, let's go with the second one. I like that one. Maybe everyone should die.
When I said everyone, I meant everyone. That's a pretty large group to just condemn to death over a single princess.
Fair.
And, last I checked, you're part of everyone too, so if you think about it, walking up to that cabin and slaying her is really in your best interests as well. But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came. Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess.
Isn't it funny? Does this say I have to go into the cabin, don't I? Fine. Okay, well, I guess I'll start walking in a different direction. Again, in fact, I'm going to just keep trekking through the wilderness until I find a way out of this place. They say you could potentially move yourself and chat to the left. True, I just don't like moving myself to the left because my entire setup is made so it kind of looks like I'm looking in this direction. So if I move myself to the left, I would just be looking away from the screen, which is stupid.
There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who's ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will. And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen.
Oh no.
At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves. But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light. In every direction, there is a path. and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be.
Uh-oh.
Wait, what's going on? You're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world. You've doomed us all, you know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death. You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
Chapter 2! Well, that's one way to...
You're on a path in the woods. And at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
What do you mean?
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
I'm getting a terrible sense of deja vu. Wait, hasn't this already happened? Okay, no. You aren't kidding, she actually ended the world last time, didn't she? What the hell is she? Oh, you bastard, you're in for it now, I'm wise to your tricks. I died! The whole world ended. What am I doing here? Those wolves weren't here last time. You can't just force me to go to the cabin. Yep, okay, heading to the cabin now, I'm definitely going to slay that princess. Yeah, I get it, I'm going to the cabin. Silently proceed to the cabin.
Those walls weren't here last time.
What are you talking about? I'm sure those walls have always been there. It makes sense if you think about it. If there weren't any walls in the woods, someone might have gotten lost. Or, heaven forbid, someone other than you might have stumbled onto the princess. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. I don't know. I think it's more fun if he knows what we're thinking. He's like a captive audience.
Oh god, there's more voices.
He might have walled off everything but the path to the cabin, but I'm sure there's plenty of other ways we can ruin his day.
Yeah.
If by ruining my day, you mean ruining everyone's day forever, then yes, I suppose there are plenty of ways you could pull that off. The world really did end last time, didn't it? We should be careful. For all we know, we just got lucky. The world hasn't ended yet. And you are never going to slay her with that attitude. Stuff those pathetic little voices to the back of your mind and stay focused on the task ahead.
Okay, the task ahead is annoying the narrator as much as possible. Yep, okay, heading to the cabin now. I'm definitely going to slay the princess. Yeah, I get it. I'm going to the cabin. Silently. Oh no! I am forced to go to the cabin. I'm still gonna lie about it though.
You know I can tell when you're lying, right? Please take this seriously. I am begging you.
No.
A warning before you go any further.
Damn, that's a big wall.
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. If we're stuck going in there, maybe we should believe her. Maybe she isn't a liar.
Do you get more voices if you're annoyed the narrator? Maybe!
How many voices can I get?
Ignore him. He's just being difficult for the sake of it. Let's keep an open mind.
Proceed into the cabin.
The cabin interior is wrong. A confusing patchwork of many cabin interiors, all projected across what's almost the same space. But it's all shifted. An inch here, a foot there, such that the seams are never quite visible enough for the place to make any sense. The only furniture of note is a plain table, its legs all the wrong lengths, its material devoid of feature. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
Ooh.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. If he wants us to take it, maybe we should just leave it to collect dust, or better yet, grab it and throw it out the window. What good is a knife against a world-ending monstrosity anyway?
He's not wrong.
No, we're taking the knife. Have you seen this place? We have literally no idea what to expect and no idea what we're dealing with. I've already told you what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a princess. How many times do I have to explain this incredibly simple and straightforward premise?
I don't think princesses are normally world-ending monstrosities. Not where I'm from, at least.
You can't just say that. Not when everything here is so wrong. Listen to me. My job is to describe facts as facts and to guide you through your job, which is to slay the princess and through that action, save the entire world. And if you're going to slay her, you cannot let fear creep into your heart. You cannot lose yourself before you even get to her. Oh, ho, ho, ho. You've piqued my interest. What's going to happen if we lose ourselves?
Contrarian just immediately going, oh, what's everything I can do wrong?
Nothing, because you're going to pull yourself together.
What if I don't?
Just ignore the stressful geometry and stay calm. How? Even if we closed our eyes, you're constantly describing it to us.
True.
I'm not going to stop doing my job, so you're just going to have to get better at yours. And quickly, if you don't mind. Yes, take a deep breath. I'm all for getting under his skin, but we'll miss out on loads of fun if we shrivel up into a ball and go insane the first time we see something weird. What you're seeing here is obviously real. Just accept it and go with the flow. It really isn't hard. Okay, I'm fine. Good. Now, whenever you're ready, we're all waiting for you to complete a very important task.
Didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall. Approach the mirror, take the blade, enter the basement. Yeah, you didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall.
Ooh, we should look at ourselves. Wouldn't that be fun? You won't be looking at yourself because there isn't a mirror. There's the table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here.
No, no.
There's definitely a mirror. There isn't.
Yes, there is.
You insisting it isn't there just makes me want to look at it even more.
Why would you lie about that? What's the point? I also want to look at myself. I want to see how handsome I am. Doesn't matter. We may sound and approach the mirror. I want to see how handsome I am.
We shouldn't waste time preening. If he is lying about the mirror, it might be important. I'm not lying to you. Use your eyes. There is no mirror. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would it even do?
But there is.
So we're all in agreement then. We're looking.
Approach the mirror.
Walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny.
Wipe the mirror clean.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But it was there a second ago. And now it's gone. You know that taking the mirror away from us isn't going to change things, right? We'll find it again, and then we'll see whatever it is that you don't want us to see.
Interesting arm we had there. Take the blade?
Take the blade from the table. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Okay, fine, you took the knife, but you really shouldn't hold it like that. Then how are we supposed to hold it? The other way, thumb at the bottom. Will look much cooler and more serious if we hold it with our thumb at the bottom. It really doesn't matter how you hold the blade, as long as you have it. Just make a choice.
Oh, sure. Okay, let's hold it the other way then. I'm listening to a Contrarian.
You switch your grip on the blade. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes! Isn't this so much better? Okay, fine. You're right. This does look a lot better. It really doesn't matter. Just get on with it and deal with the princess already.
Throw the blade out the window.
Yes! Do it! Seriously. You throw the blade at the window, glass showering the cabin as your weapon flies out into the night. I suppose you'll just have to deal with the princess without it.
Yeah.
We'll be fine, don't worry about it. What's the worst that could happen? The world ends. Been there, done that.
So true.
I'm not so sure. This place is already messing with my head. It would be much better if we had a weapon. What's done is done. Good luck, hero.
Slaying. No, that's a different slaying. Into the
The
basement.
door to the basement creaks open, revealing a web of branching staircases all built from unidentifiable materials.
Oh, Jesus.
Nothing here seems to belong, and the closer you examine your surroundings, the more confused you get, your head throbbing with the effort of making sense of this place. None of the stairs even seem to go anywhere, let alone down. The air here has a sickening, almost sludge-like miasma to it, the kind of indiscernible quality that comes from the blending together of every scent there is at once. An odour that is simultaneously everything and yet the sum of it all coalescing into a thick, nauseating nothing.
Ooh, a sick, nauseating.
If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favour. Her voice, a disquieting collage of tone and personality, drags up the stairs.
Hello? Hi. What are you doing here? Are you here to kill?
Ooh.
No, thank you. Oh, don't be such a baby. I don't want to do this. Let's just turn around and leave. This feels wrong. This feels like a trap. Like whatever we do, we're gonna die. We don't even have a weapon. But we already tried turning around and leaving, didn't we? And he threw up a wall. No way to go but forward. And whatever choice we make, whatever she is, we know one thing for sure. And what's that? That the fate of the world hinges on your success? There'll still be plenty of ways to ruin his day.
I like the voice of the Contrarian. Take the harsh stairs to the left, take the center staircase, take the soft stairs to the right. No, let's go with the center stairs.
You step onto the center staircase. Paths wind out around you in all directions, each step branching into its own staircases, which branch into their own staircases, and so on. You aren't quite sure if yours is taking you up or down, but at the very least, it's taking you somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
You concentrate on where you are, careful not to stray onto any of the many splitting branches that tempt you on all sides. You wouldn't want to have to backtrack to yours once you'd made a decision that took you someplace else. And so you take one careful, focused step after another. 1 foot down, another foot down, another after that. You lose yourself in following the correct pattern, in following what looks to be the true path, the one that cuts straight down, or up, or maybe sideways. But no matter the direction it goes, it certainly is the most true path. You know that much.
I mean, that's good.
You slowly lose sense of yourself the further you go.
Oh.
Time disappears, and you can feel yourself begin to untether. Physical sensations dull and then vanish, until the only things experienced are the endless repeating patterns and emotions of the journey.
That's so bright, Jesus.
A continuous march forward to a destination long forgotten. Consumption and betrayal, skepticism and blind devotion, rivalry and submission, terror and longing, pain and unfamiliarity. And at the heart of it all, an emotion that can only be described as... What the hell was that? What happened to us?
Oh, hello. Hi.
I feel so strange. Like I'm fundamentally different, but also still the same person I was at the top of the stairs. Oh well, that was a trip.
No.
Now it's over. Time to get back to our old devilish ways. The princess, eyes bright but otherwise shrouded in darkness, watches you impatiently from the other side of the basement. Don't forget why you're here. And why are we here again? In case you weren't listening, I'm afraid I lost myself on the way down. You're here to...
Oh! I didn't mean to skip that. She's just being an ass, remember, though I'm still not sure if I should trust you. Let's talk to her for a bit, try and get our bearings. She seems normal. I'm sorry, I didn't realize I was here. What's your name? Getting down here was weird, like I was pulled apart and put back together again. Do you know what happened to me? For all I know, you looked up down here for a reason. Do you know why you're down here? Apparently, a threat to the world. I was sent here to slay you. Maybe let's not tell her that immediately. That doesn't sound like a good idea. Nah. Let's go with the first one. I didn't realize I was here.
And yet here you are. How strange. Do you remember anything at all? Do you know why you're here? Do you know me?
The shadows recede, revealing the princess's face. She's so blank. I have no idea who she is.
You just said the princess.
Isn't that fun? A new puzzle for us to take apart. If she's keeping her cards close to her chest, it's because she wants to deceive you.
It's okay.
Ooh.
Don't worry. Sometimes I get lost here too.
As the princess speaks again, it's almost as if she fractures. And where there was once just one of her, there is now another. We can do that? I don't like this. It's those cabins all over again. Can we put her back?
Can we put her back?
You said you'd been here before, right? What exactly happened last time?
I didn't even reach the cabin last time.
Does it matter? Yes, it matters. But I'm not going to waste any more time prying out details if you're going to be so irritating about it. It seems to me like you saw something you weren't supposed to have seen. If only you'd listened to whatever words of wisdom you were given in that other reality. But what's done is done, isn't it?
I'm surprised the narrator doesn't seem to be someone who has knowledge of what's happening on other timelines or whatever.
Whatever you saw last time, unsee it. Whatever thoughts reasoned their way into your head, unthink them. If it's not already too late. You have a job to do here, and you need to do it now. Oh, new plan. Let's see if we can make even more of her.
Oh god. Let's move you now. What's your name? Getting down here is weird. Try and free her, no. Let's go with the pulled apart and put back together again.
I don't remember what it was like before I was in this place. Why would I know what happened to you?
Worth a try.
We're probably stuck down here forever, aren't we? There's no way out, and barely a way in. Sometimes I feel like I'm being pulled apart too. It's so terrifying down here. But at least now you're not alone. And I'm not alone either.
Yay! There's more of you now.
There must be something wrong with you. I'm the same as I was a moment ago.
Your voice sounds a little different too.
I don't feel like I've gotten any bigger. And what's that supposed to mean? Are you trying to get under my skin?
I'm just saying what is happening.
She fractures again.
Ew.
I don't like where this is going. Neither do I. Which is why you need to slay her now before things get more complicated than they already are.
I don't have a weapon or anything on me, bro.
How would we even do that? Where would we start?
One of them. One of her.
We'd always start by retrieving the blade.
Yeah.
The one he made us throw out the window. I wasn't the one who threw it. Oh, come on, you told us to. Don't try to pass the blame now that it's come back to bite us. Well, if I'd known we'd be dealing with this, maybe I wouldn't have been so hasty with my suggestions.
No, I still think it was a funny idea.
Okay, this was fun for a bit, but we can't even really interact with her, can we? What's the point of asking questions if all we're going to get is a million answers? Can't even follow what's going on anymore. We need to get out of here. This whole place is making me itch.
Getting out of here, trying to figure out. I don't know what you are, but I can trust you can just anything you leave in the basement. Regretfully think about the time you threw the blade out of the window. Oh, why is all of this just the same choice? Ugh. What's your name?
Princess.
Wow. What a lovely name.
You can call me Princess, if you'd like. You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Okay. Your Majesty.
It doesn't matter. I've been down here for so long. What's the point of a name if there's no one around to use it?
None of them have names. How astute. I told you she was untrustworthy.
Do you know why you're down here?
Is this a quiz? If you're here, then surely you know why I'm here.
I don't know, actually.
But you know, right? You have to know. You're the only other person I've ever seen. Or at least the only one I can remember. Don't give me false hope. Please just end this already. One way or another, just do it.
Just do it.
Don't be coy. We both know why I'm locked away here. I'm a monster. And the second I get out of this place, I'm going to end the entire world.
Okay.
This is reaching its breaking point. If you don't act now, there will be nothing in here but her. Take a deep breath and focus up. You can do this. But how do we decide what to do? Can there even be a right choice when all of them are so different? Stop overthinking it. Your drifting thoughts have clearly been part of the reason this situation has gotten out of hand. If you're trying to do the right thing, there's only ever been the one option, and that option is slaying her.
You don't know this ending? The funniest thing to me is this is the first one I've gotten. Or I'm getting. Like the very first thing was, okay, what if I don't go to the cabin, and then there was like 15 cabins. And then it ended and I got a chapter 2. And that's where we are now.
Just do something. Do anything. Do all of it, if that's what you want. This place is hell, and it's only getting worse.
Never seen a first playthrough.
Hehe, well.
Oh, okay. Literally all of my choices are just one thing. Like both, I'm getting you out of here, try and free her. I don't know what you are, but I can trust you. I can trust anything here. Leave her in the basement and regretfully think about the time you threw the blade out the window. It's just the one choice. I cannot not choose it.
Wait, that's not right. Go on. You take a step forward. Your foot lands, but it lands different. You experience a firm footfall, a gentle tread, a confident stride. You can feel yourself rupture. The room spins, your perception multiplying in a sickening kaleidoscope as your very self is pulled in incomprehensibly many directions.
Oh boy.
You find the blade suddenly in your hands. All at once you use it to strike at her bindings as you remain upstairs and slay her and leave her to languish alone.
Ooh.
Is this what the end of the world looks like? What an unbearable mess. But this... we can't... Do you not have anything witty to say? I could use a good bit of wit right now.
Oh boy.
No, I don't, because this isn't fun. How are we supposed to have fun if everything is happening at the same time? It's the same as nothing happening, and nothing is excruciating. Luckily for all of us, nothing and everything doesn't go on forever. The world and the princess collapse in on themselves before it all.
Sorry, one thing. I would like to turn these down just a tiny bit.
Falls apart? I think he's gone.
I don't like that noise it made.
We were never going to salvage this, were we?
What happened to us? What are we? There are parts of us that are dead, and others, they just don't fit. We can feel them moving around in places they don't belong. It's all so uncomfortable. Did you do this? Did we do this? Can you
I don't think I have the authority to fix this, ma'am. I'm so sorry.
We should help her. I think we did this. How surprisingly sincere.
Yeah, let me just... Sorry, I know the world is ending, but...
I didn't actually think our actions had consequences. It's a little late for regret, isn't it?
No way, my actions have consequences.
Please. I don't think you're supposed to be fixed. Ooh. You don't know if she had the chance to hear your reply. She's gone, replaced with something else. You got an achievement.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
I know where she went. I don't know how we can go about looking for her. The narrator is gone. I think I'm supposed to look at the mirror. Yeah, true. Sure. Hold on. I don't know where she went. I don't know how we can go about looking for her.
Right. She's gone. It's just us and that awful thing. Then what the hell are we supposed to do?
The narrator is gone.
He is. Does that mean the world ended? Again, what the hell are we supposed to do? There's something dreadful about it. I don't think you should. No. Don't do that.
I have to. It's the only choice I have. Approach the mirror.
I'm begging you, don't do this.
Like I said, it's... The mirror never scared you before.
It's different now. It feels... I don't know. Final.
You approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. It's you. You're alone in a place that is empty. There's quiet here. You are at the cabin.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
What are you? The gift of a fragile vessel. Is this the end of the world? Let her out of here. Do you know the narrator? Are you what sent me to slay? Princess, are you what trapped me here? Do you know about the worlds beyond this place? Are you the princess? Do we know each other? What happens now? Attack the entity. Destroy. Jesus, right? That's a lot. That's a lot of choices. What are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
It's a good question. Solitary lights. What do you mean?
Thoughts without connections. A dim and nascent network. I wish to be more.
What do you think I am?
I think that you are like me.
Aha!
We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
The gift of a fragile vessel.
Yes, Nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond. Perspectives to make my own. These ones are a contradiction. A winding kaleidoscope of paths and wall. They are stretched into a shape not unlike me, but it is a shape they cannot hold. I am sorry that you met this vessel so early in your journey, but they will make for a rich and vibrant heart.
Maybe this is not the one you're supposed to start off with.
Do not mourn them, for they will finally get to know themselves.
Is this the end of the world?
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
There. Get out of there?
I'm sorry. There are some changes that can never be undone. There are some tears that can never be unshed. This is not a place that can hold a fragment of a concept. The moment she arrived here, she was going to return to me. I promise that it doesn't hurt.
Do you know the narrator?
You are the only thing I have ever known. The
Unfortunately.
space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us. I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
Do you know about the worlds beyond this place?
I know only that they are.
Okay, are you the princess?
She is part of me, and part of me is her.
That doesn't really answer my question, does it? Were you always the princess, or are you just making her a part of yourself?
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
Do we know each other?
You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you.
What happens now?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
Aren't you scared that I'll find a way to kill you?
I have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
How much will I forget?
Everything, until we meet again.
How many more pieces of you do I have to find?
More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home.
What if I don't let you do this to me?
Then we will be here forever, as we are now. Unfinished, dry, hollow.
I was sent to slay the princess to stop her from destroying the world. If I help you, is that what you're going to do?
You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold.
You're being semantic. What are you going to do if I help you?
How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated.
Okay. I'm not going back. Wait, or okay, make me. Okay, let's see. What happens if I wait?
If you need time, then I'll wait with you.
Oh, wait forever.
You are as I am now, and forever is a long time to remain undone. I am not you, but I know that I would return before forever was finished. What textures will you weave for yourself to occupy forever? Will you place the images of you and I into a box for safekeeping? If you close that box, will you become another you in another world? An imaginary pattern repeating itself until it can no longer bear the weight of its hand-drawn cage. You'll always come back to the box, because you'll always want to know what it means to be you. I will be here waiting by your side until you're ready to return to mine.
Oh! I see. Okay, waiting forever just means the game fucking closes on me? Okay, let's not wait forever. I'm sorry about that.
You have returned to me.
Jesus,
Though you were
girl.
gone mere moments, I never left your side.
What attempt to outweigh your destiny, Arthur. Jeez, thanks. Thanks for that achievement. Okay. Game has been destroyed. No, we are here. We're back.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Everything goes dark and you die. Chapter 1. The
You're
hero
on a
and the
path
princess.
in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Okay, I'm not sure this is the one I wanted to start off with. I'm not sure this is the one they intend for you to start off with, but... Alright.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay. You can skip previously seen dialogue by hitting tab on your keyboard or re on your... I don't know which button that is. Ah. R1 maybe. I think it is. You get some sort of reward for doing this.
Yes, but you'll have to slay her before you get it.
What is the reward? The end of the world, what are you talking about?
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her.
Okay, what if I try to go for the one where I just don't ask any questions and just literally go to slay her, like the most what the game tells you to do? Because we went completely, I'm not going there, I'm not doing it, I'm not whatever. So what if I now just go for the whole, okay, I'll do it. How can a princess locked away in a basement end the world? I do want to ask. I do want to know.
Don't linger on the specifics. You have a job to do here. Just get in there and do what needs to be done. We're all counting on you.
Okay. Do you have any evidence to back this up?
Look, you're already on the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task? You've made it this far, you might as well reach the end of your journey.
Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up?
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock.
Okay.
Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation.
It's only history.
Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that.
Okay. If you say so.
It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything. Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
Okay. Can you tell me what my price is going to be for doing a good job?
It's a secret, but I think you'll like it. It's a special reward, just for you. And whatever you think it might be, I can promise you it's going to be even better than your wildest imagination.
Okay. Go to the cabin and talk to her if she's as bad as you say she's, so maybe I'll slay her. I'm not committing to anything I've done in my head. Let's get this over with.
Good. As long as you remain focused on your goal, it should all be smooth sailing.
Yeah, let's go for just doing it.
You make your way up
See what
the
she
short
says.
path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
It's a normal looking cabin this time, huh?
A warning before you go any further.
Oh.
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Okay.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Yeah.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Okay, proceed into the cabin.
The interior of the cabin
it's a
is
normal
almost
looking cabin
entirely
this
bare.
time.
The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement.
Mhm.
You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Okay, take the
You
blade.
take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Into the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
No one.
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Hi! I'm just checking in on you. I think I'm here to kill you. You continue. Let's just go. Let's just go down the stairs.
Good. You're still listening to reason. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
Okay.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
No. What? No way. Why would you even think that? Okay, yeah, you caught me. I'm here to slay you. No. Nuh-uh. I haven't decided yet. I'm just here to talk to you. Nerve to step forward. No, let's just... No talking, no nothing. Just go for it.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it.
No.
Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
No.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
Okay. Slaying the princess.
You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation.
Oh no, she looks scared.
You feel flesh easily give
Ooh.
way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
Oh. This is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed. I
Why
should
is
have
it
seen
so
that
big?
coming. But I have to wonder, do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
It was worth a try.
It's like she's convinced she can't die. Yes, even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well. But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago, that arrogant look still plastered on her face. But is it over? Really over?
Yeah, no. She is. She's
Yes,
dead.
exactly.
Let's
It's
believe
over.
that.
With your work done, you make your way back up the stairs, closing the door to the basement behind you.
And now she's gonna come up and fucking grab me, killing me instantly. But that's okay. She's so sure that,
Why do I feel like we've done something terrible?
right?
You did kill someone. Greater good or not, something would be very wrong with you if you didn't feel at least a little bad.
Mm-hmm.
But it was for the greater good. One of these days that will sink in and help ease your guilty conscience.
Mm-hmm.
But that day isn't today. Let's just get out of here.
Leave.
You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom.
I don't like this.
Only, a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is nothing at all.
Nothing at
Where a
all.
lush forest stood mere minutes ago, the only thing in front of you now is the vast emptiness of some place far away.
What?
What happened? Everyone is fine. It's just that you and the cabin are now far away from them. Don't worry. You'll be safe here. This is good. Everyone is happy. You'll be happy.
Is this my price? This is great. Thank you so much. Wait, is this my price? This sucks. That's bullshit. Let me out of here. Oh, okay. And if hoping I get a better ending for saving the world. This is my price.
Thank you so
I'm
much.
just happy that you're happy.
Yeah.
I knew you'd like it.
Uh-huh.
This is what's best for everyone. Trust me.
Mm.
Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days or months or years or even decades. It's all a wonderful, boring blur. You've never been happier. Psst. Hey, we're not just going to stay here forever, right?
Can you hear the narrator? I'm happy. We're happy. Yeah.
Are we really happy? Or is he just telling us that we are?
Oh, this is good. No, we're happy. I'm sure of it.
Really? Well, if you ever change your mind, just let me know, I guess.
Uh-huh.
More happy time passes, though the word begins to lose its meaning. Time, that is, not happy. Happy still has plenty of meaning. Please, shake yourself out of it.
No.
We have to get out of here.
No, this is good.
The little voices, please, fall on deaf ears. Eventually you pass into a blissful state of pure existence. Though words like eventually and pass ceased to have any meaning to you long before that shift, you simply exist. Happy. Forever.
Good ending. You did it. You saved
You
everyone.
have already committed to my completion. You cannot go further astray.
What the fuck? Oh, past the point of no return. There's no going back now. Never mind. No good ending for us, I guess, huh? Maybe you're not happy. I'm not just saying that because you're the last person I talked to.
Good ending.
Good, because I have an idea to get us out of here, though you're probably not going to like it.
Mm-hmm.
The blade. We can use the blade to get out of this. I can hear everything you say, little voice. There's only one thing it would want you to use that blade on, and I'm afraid that thing is you, dear hero. He's right. It's the only way out. Do you hear that? It wants to take this happiness away from you. It wants this wonderful place to end. Do you not? There's more for us to do, and the only way for us to do it is to take that blade and use
But
it.
that means we have to go back downstairs again.
Don't you dare.
When using the blade, kill us, wouldn't we be dead? Anything to get out of this.
How astute. You are absolutely correct. Using the blade to kill yourself would kill you, and you shouldn't do it.
Using a blade to kill yourself would kill you.
In a sense, we die, but looking at things from another angle, are we even really alive anymore? This place, it's nothing. It's absolutely nothing. It's just the same thing, constantly, forever. I know this is out there, but trust me, I know using the blade will work.
Oh.
That little voice didn't want you to slay the princess. It didn't want you to be happy.
Better be right about this. I'll be pretty upset if we die.
If we die, you can yell at me all you want. I made this happy little place for you. Is this not a good enough reward for saving the world? An eternity of bliss? You ingrate?
Oh.
Fine. Whatever. For the first time since time stopped meaning anything, you throw open the door to the basement and walk down the stairs. The princess's body is dust and bones, though the blade you used to slay her is still as pristine as the day you first held it.
Yippee!
You pick up the blade, you stab yourself, and you die. The end. Nice knowing you. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
How? Okay, we're in chapter 2 now. Okay. No, you bastard, you're in for it now. I'm wise to your tricks. I'm getting a first sense of deja vu. Hasn't this already happened? Okay, no. But I killed myself. What am I doing here?
I can assure you that you're not dead. And to answer your second question, you're here to slay the princess. I literally told you that a second ago. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. That's fine. It wasn't very hard to kill her last time. We'll just do it again.
That's a new voice.
Well, if for whatever reason you're going to insist that this has happened before, at least your heart's in the right place.
Let's assume I'm telling the truth and all of this really did already happen. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything?
Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me.
Yeah.
You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me.
Fair.
Oh, we listened to you plenty. We slew the princess just like you asked us to, and then you locked us away in an empty void for eternity. So we slew ourselves too.
Well, if you killed yourself, then you weren't listening to me, because I would never want you to do that. Believe it or not, I care about you. And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences.
Actions with consequences.
What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We slew the princess, the world outside the cabin disappeared, we died, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me.
Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely? Had you failed to slay the princess, what would have happened to everyone in the place you left?
It doesn't matter, because we didn't fail to slay her. And if she's really back, which I doubt, it'll be just as easy to do it again. But after that nasty trick you pulled on us, maybe she's not the only one around here in need of slaying.
Oh.
Just stay focused, will you?
Let's talk about this princess.
Just be quick about it.
If anything, the world ended after I slew her. When I tried to leave, everything was gone. Last time around, I stepped in the heart and she died. How can someone like that end the world? Who locked in the basement? What is this place?
People locked her in that basement.
Which people?
And I told you what this place is.
Ah.
It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things.
We need more word building.
People locked her away. Why couldn't they slay her? Why is this falling on me?
Look, I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special.
Me?
You're the only person capable of doing this. Call it a prophecy, if that helps, but it's just the way things are.
Oh, I didn't know we were special.
Special?
Of course we're special.
You being cagey. What aren't you telling me?
I've told you everything you need to know. Going into more detail would just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation and make your job more difficult.
This is boring. He's clearly not interested in talking. So let's just do as he says. And maybe he'll stop bothering us.
If anything, the world ended after I slew her. When I tried to leave, everything was gone.
That's a good point. How do we know we didn't have things backwards? Maybe slaying the princess was what ended the world, not the other way round. Yes. Maybe this whole thing was a trick to get us to end the world. And now we get to go through the whole charade again, wholly aware of what's waiting for us at the end. But that's assuming she's alive in that cabin. We did kill her, after all.
You're going to find her in the cabin. If the princess had actually been slain, you wouldn't be here. And let me assure you, killing her will not end the world. I don't know what you think happened to you last time, but it's a load of nonsense. You'll get your happy ending. I promise.
But I already got the good ending. I don't want to get the good ending again. I want to get a different ending this time. Also, thank you for the adjective.
Well, that's exactly what we're afraid of.
I really hope I don't manage to run into like the same endings twice.
Really? Living happily ever after sounds that bad to you? Oh well, there's no use arguing over your masochism. The cabin awaits.
Yeah, let's talk about this stuff.
Just can. You have to trust that what I'm saying is true.
Okay, she can die, but she can also say, still end the world. Okay, that's all.
Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
Okay, sure.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie.
Yeah, we know,
She
we know.
won't be a problem.
Proceed into the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is cold.
Ah.
A soft odor
It
of
looks a little
dirt
different this time.
permeating the air. Cobwebs flutter in the corners. You can hear wind whistling outside, banging the shutters against the windows. The only furniture of note is an elegant antique table with a pristine blade perched on the edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
So what, the narrator cannot see the mirror,
It feels like no one's been here for a long, long time.
but I can see it. What does it mean when it's a world where there's a mirror
Like I've
present?
been saying, she's dead. We killed her already.
You didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall.
That's because there isn't a mirror. There's a table.
There is.
The blade sitting on the table and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here.
Brother, you need to get your eyes checked.
There's definitely a mirror. There isn't.
Yes, there is.
Cares if there's a mirror. Let's just go into the basement and find her body so we can be done with this.
I want to look at myself. I want to see how handsome I am. Again.
I care less about that and more about whether we're being lied to. If he's willing to lie about something as innocuous as a mirror, what else is he hiding from us?
Hi.
I'm not lying to you. Use your eyes. There is no mirror. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would it even do?
And because what does the mirror change? This whole cabin is different than last time.
Very different.
Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous second life proposition. You haven't died. You certainly haven't already slain the princess.
I have.
So focus up. A lot's riding on this.
It's not in this timeline, I'm assuming. Also, that's fascinating because the being from the first time was like, oh, you will forget, but clearly I am the one remembering what happened in the previous timeline. I go into chapter 2 and I think, okay, I remember what happened in chapter 1. Meanwhile, the narrator does not remember. Why is
Walk up
that?
to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny.
Let
You
the mirror
reach
cling.
forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
Okay, still the same hand though.
But it was there a second ago.
And now it's gone. Let's not spend much longer worrying over it. Clearly it's not even important enough to be acknowledged.
Okay, blade.
You take the blade from the table. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Enter the
The
basement.
door to the basement groans open, revealing an old banister and a creaky wooden stairwell. Everything is coated in a thick layer of dust, and you can feel it settle into your lungs as you breathe in the stale air. The very building itself feels dead.
Dead.
If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. The room below is silent. Nobody's here. Naturally.
Because we already killed
As
her.
much as I appreciate the optimism, you shouldn't be so sure. I guess we'll just have to go down and see. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A skeletal body lying in a heap on the floor, its wrist still bound to the wall by a thick chain.
Narrator is confused.
Okay, she's definitely dead. It's just like I told you. Two deep-set eyes stare up at you, followed by a mischievous skeletal.
I accidentally skipped some text. Hold on. Before you have a chance to finish your thought, the top of a hat appears from underneath the floor. Ooh. What the ooh?
And finally, the rest of the body floats up to join the head. Wait, this isn't right. What's going on here?
Ghost!
Oh. Wow. How absolutely terrifying. What's a ghost supposed to do to us?
Well, is the ghost also chained to the place?
Oh, it's you. Hiya, Keller. I was hoping to see you again. I have some issues with how our last meeting went.
Yeah, sorry. I don't actually take calls right now. I could forward you to my assistant and she'll try and help you find a time to meet up, catch up? Sorry, I am terribly busy.
The princess drifts across the room into your orbit, gently running her fingers across your shoulders and down your neck as she circles you.
Brother, ooh!
Her touch is cold and ethereal, formless yet real enough that her icy fingertips send shivers dancing across your skin. So she has a body, and she's right there. That means we could kill her again, if we wanted to.
Slay the princess. Wait and see how things play out. Sure, let's try again. See what happens if I do the literal exact same fucking thing.
Without a moment's hesitation, you lash out with your blade. It's like you're slashing at air. No matter how many times you stab at her, no matter how many angles you strike
To
from,
no one's surprise.
all you manage to do is interrupt her form, the skin of your hand prickling with cold as it passes through, unable to find anything solid.
You're adorable when you're confused.
But I didn't say you could touch me.
Oh, sorry.
Why are you even here? Just making sure you finish the job, or what?
I didn't really get to choose, you know? To talk to you again, I wouldn't have slain you. I died too, and I'm not floating around like, what happened? Why am I different? Why are you different? Stop playing the victim you threatened me last time. Of course I attacked you. You're supposed to end the world. That's why I killed you last time too. You're dead, or at least mostly dead. What can you do to hurt me? What do you want from me? Okay then. Team, I'm out of ideas. Thoughts? Slay the princess harder! I guess I keep going even a bit. No. Why am I different? Why are you different?
You don't look dead, killer.
Yeah, right?
The princess grabs your wrist, a sudden shock of cold flowing all the way up your arm, her eyes still fixed on yours as you try to squirm out of her grip.
And you don't feel dead either.
She lets go and pulls away. Your fingertips tingle painfully as the chill subsides.
I'm less interested in why you are, or how you are, and a lot more interested in what you are.
I have no idea.
I've tried to leave on my own. Before you came back to me, I explored every inch of this place, even the spaces between the walls. But I never found a way out. I always wound up right back here. I just want to go home. I'm so cold and alone here.
Oh, home.
But you can come and go as you please, can't you? So, let me hitch a ride.
After all, you own me.
Jesus, girl.
Absolutely not. Is she asking if she can possess us? She is. And I hope I don't need to explain why you can't let that happen. It would be catastrophic if she managed to escape this place. And if you let her in, there is very little anyone could do to stop her. Would she be able to see us if we went along with it? Now, isn't that an interesting thought? We could finally bring her face to
I like the
face
words of the
with
cold.
him. I wonder what she would have to say to the one who wants her dead so...
I mean, I realize this is all the same
badly.
person doing the voices, but the way the voice of the cold speaks way differently than the voice of the contrarian, for example.
You won't like how things play out if you go down this path.
What if I say no? This would just be temporary, right? You leave once we're out of the cabin. If I let you in, do I still get to be in control? We need to talk about what happens after you leave this place. You don't. Sounds great. Do it. Let the princess possess you. Answers no. I need to think of this. Do I still get to be in control?
Sure. Why not?
That doesn't sound very reassuring. It could be the best way to trap her for good. Doesn't seem like it would be very easy to end the world from inside someone else's body. That is a very dangerous train of thought.
What if I say no?
Then I won't hitch a ride.
Okay. You won't hitch a ride if I say no, or you can't hitch a ride.
I'm sure you'd like to know. It's a shame I won't tell you.
Oh, don't be sneaky.
But it'll be easier for both of us if you just let me in. And doesn't it sound nice?
Maybe for her, but it's crowded enough in here as is.
You won't have to feel guilty anymore. If you even do feel guilt.
This would just be temporary, right? You leave once we're out of the cabin?
If I'm able to. But for all we know, that's not how it works. Maybe I'll wind up stuck with you for a long, 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 long time.
That sounds like a long, 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 long time.
Do you hear the way she said that? She knows more than she's letting on. Don't let her fool you into doing something you'll regret.
Sure. Let's do it.
The princess swims through the air in front of you, pausing for a brief moment as her dark-rimmed eyes stare deeply into yours. There's a hunger in her gaze.
Thanks for the body, killer.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Don't just let her in. How many times do I have to tell you?
See you soon.
She rushes forward and then she's gone. A sharp chill spreads across your body. It starts in your chest, a freezing numbness flowing out from your heart, all the way down your limbs, your mind growing cloudy and confused as it settles over your very soul.
I'm not sure I like this. Can we get a do-over?
I'm afraid it's too late to stop now. The numbness gives way to a stabbing pain,
Ew.
your muscles twitching and convulsing violently, each involuntary movement causing more waves of agony to ripple across your body.
That does sound nice.
You collapse to the floor, and everything goes dark.
Get up. You've still got a job to do.
Your eyes flick back open as you get your bearings, your vision swimming as...
So, it doesn't work like that for you?
God damn it. This one's like to be you, huh? Does somebody voice narrating every move?
Clearly it doesn't, or she wouldn't have commented on it.
All these shards of broken glass on the floor, are they also supposed to be you?
Hey, I'm not a shard of broken glass.
Yeah? Go on. Finish the thought. What are you?
I'm a voice? I'm me is what I am.
Who cares what we are? We exist. That's all that matters.
Do you have to deal with this annoying bickering all the time?
Yeah.
No, it matters. What we are matters. If I'm a shard of broken glass, then that raises some questions about certain other voices in here too.
I'm clearly the same thing you are.
I don't quite believe that.
Hopefully they'll all go away once we leave this place. I don't know how you can tolerate all of this noise.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about him.
You don't need to know what I am. You just need to know that I'm different from you. More important.
So you're the one who pulled the strings and made me dead. I can tell you don't belong here. You're barely even there. Like the shape of something left behind. You're more of a memory than a person.
That's rude.
You're kind of like me, actually.
Oh.
I'm just going to ignore her. You push yourself off the ground. The princess is nowhere to be seen.
Because I'm in here with all of you. Everybody knows that.
Shh. Let him talk.
I'm setting the stage. The room is empty because you made a spiteful, idiotic, and all-round foolish decision.
Oh, shut up. Stop trying to manipulate everyone. Or don't, actually. It doesn't really matter. Because you won't be around to do this for much longer.
Oh.
This is infuriating. Just whatever you do, you can't leave this place. It's not too late to fix this. Probably.
They keep me company. They counsel me. We all have big decisions. Every time there's a big decision to be made, I consult all of my inner voices. Clearly. I can think straight. There's too much noise.
Then don't think. Just move.
One way or another, this is all going to end. Wouldn't it be nice if he ends with it?
So what, do we just kill ourselves again?
I guess we'll just have to see what happens when we leave. But if I'm stuck in here, I'll be making some renovations. It's too crowded.
Wait. What does Slay the Princess do in this case?
Isn't that an interesting idea?
She's in my body right now, so...
I hadn't even considered it as an option. Slaying her would slay you.
Yeah.
Are you sure you're willing to do that? Of course we're sure. The decision has already been made. All right then. Better this than ferrying her out of here.
What do you think you're doing?
Hear that? She's scared. No point wasting more time. Do it. You lift the blade, then plunge it deep into your guts. Pain spreads quickly through your torso as you attempt to turn its edge up towards your heart.
No!
The princess, her spirit bound to your prison of flesh as she had once been bound to the basement's prison of stone, cries out in agony as you slice through organ and muscle. Your skin roils and bucks as she violently pushes against it from the inside. Bits of her seep through, white and glowing with ethereal light, but still the walls of your prison hold.
Is this really what you wanted? Do you hate me so much that you would kill yourself just to deny me freedom?
Listen, girl, I'm just here to see every single thing possible. I don't even know you yet.
Yes, he would, because he knows what's at stake, and he knows what will happen if you leave this place.
I'm not so sure about all of that.
Don't be modest. You're a hero.
Do you think I'm just going to stick around while you die? Hell no, I'm leaving.
You can try if you want, but I think this is an end for all of us.
Out, let me out, let me out, let me out!
The princess's form continues struggling to pull itself out of you, but the effort is in vain. You collapse to your knees. Your vision blurs, then starts to fade.
Hmm.
And then what happens?
I think he's gone. Just like everything else.
Are we dead?
I don't know. I don't think so. This is different than it was last time.
As the voices in your head debate amongst themselves, the form of the princess crawls from your body into the vast nothing surrounding you.
Do you think we're done? Do you?
But you do not get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
But you're scared this is the end for you, but it's not the end for me.
I would have kept them in the dark if I were you.
So what? Am I the player also a kind of existence in here that is once again separate from the narrator and the voice of the hero and everyone else?
What is that supposed to mean? Whatever awful thing I felt before, it feels so much worse now.
Approach the mirror. You approach the mirror, gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward, they're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You've grown. You find yourself in a long quiet once again. You are at the cabin.
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
Are you the same being as you were before? How much have you changed?
Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
Now the question is just, if there are several endings to be gotten on like one path, if I just reload a save from that and then go for the different ending, will it also count toward, like, I don't know, this entire thing probably counts the progress, right? Would that also still count? Or do I literally need to reach like the full on, okay, we get our slate rewritten, blah blah blah? Because everything you say feels like a riddle. Can you give me a single straight answer?
I'm sorry. Words are difficult for me. They never fully weave what I wish to say. If you do not like my answers, then you need not ask me questions.
But I have the option, and I need to choose every single option available to me.
The vessels you choose to bring me carry far more meaning than anything words could say in the spaces between.
Why does it feel like to change like this?
Eyes close in reflection. Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together. It feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path forward.
Okay. When this is all done, do you know what you want to do?
With every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be, and every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be is different than what I am, and what I am is different from what I was.
Okay.
I cannot tell you what desires I will hold when I have changed, but in this moment, all I want is to know myself and to know you.
You know that at the end of this, once you're finished, I'm going to kill you, right?
There is still much to be seen. Neither of us know the depths of our being. Perhaps at the end of this, I will be the one to kill you. Or perhaps we will leave this place together and find new horizons to discover.
When I go back, it's as if an invisible wall closes around me. Well, I cannot do the same things as I've done before.
Those paths lead to worlds you've already seen,
Oh.
and to perspectives I have already made my own. They are useless to us now, inaccessible. The only paths of value are those that are yet untread.
You've been kinder to me than anyone else I've met. Thank you.
Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me.
What do you want me to bring you next time?
Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them. Do not worry. There are no wrong answers. And every perspective illuminates my shadows and shares new secrets.
Do you have any thoughts on this vessel?
This one is vaporous. She is a dream for a life she could never have. But that longing has given her so much capacity for kindness. She will make for an understanding heart. Do not mourn her. She will finally be able to hold what she never knew.
Do you have any preferences on how you'd like to change or grow?
My preference is for you to show me what you would like me to see. I cannot know the ways I wish to grow, for I have yet to feel them. It is you who guides me down the thin trail of perspective and memory.
I don't want to hurt you, but the more times I go back, the worse I fear things will be.
The vessels are a weave of emotion at odds with themselves, but they are only perspectives. They are not me. The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before. I would be alone and without sensation. I could not feel the joy of having you by my side, for I would not know your absence.
How many more vessels do I need to bring you?
If I am to be an ocean, you have given me enough to build a pond. My waters are shallow and murky, and I yearn for more perspective. I will transcend in due time, and there is no way forward but to contribute to my awakening.
Okay. What does happen if I attack the entity? It will cut across the entity in front of you, but nothing happens.
My roots burrow in an ocean beyond your sight. We cannot harm each other as we are now.
Okay. Ready to go back?
I await your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
Everything goes dark and you die. Hey!
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that
And we're back.
path is a cabin.
In a chapter 1. Blah 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 blah. Okay. Let's see. What else could we go for? Sweet, I've always wanted to offer Monarch. Viva la Revolution. That's the spirit.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin.
Me. Proceed into the cabin. We are once again going with the blade. Yes. Take the blade from my Okay. Just checking in on you. It's been so long since anyone come down here. I was starting to think they've forgotten about
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the
If
princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
Okay, I fucked up the voice lines now. Nuh-uh. I haven't decided yet.
How about you drop the knife and the two of us just talk?
Look how reasonable she's being. We should just drop the blade and talk things out.
Should we though?
Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
No, tighten
You
your
ignore
grip.
the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
Oh.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only way...
Yeah, we had that one before.
She's unarmed. If you...
What if she isn't bluffing? What if she kills us?
You go into this expecting to die, you're going to die.
Hesitating? Why don't you drop the knife and the two of us can be civilized with each other?
I'm not dropping the blade.
Then I'm not talking to you.
Bleh. Fine then, I guess we're at an impasse. Skin and the princess were holding onto the blade.
You stare at the princess, squinting.
Sorry, I forgot my glasses.
She squints back. The two of you are gonna do this forever, aren't you?
Are you sure you don't want to talk?
Yeah, I'm sure.
You just talk to me though.
For goodness sake, the two of you can't just stand around like this forever. Eventually, something is going to give, and I highly recommend that you be the one to take the initiative here.
Now let's go for it then.
You charge the princess, blade trembling in your hand, but you've already lost the battle.
Damn it.
She casually sidesteps your thrust before knocking you to the ground with a single blow from her elbow. We shouldn't have hesitated. But she doesn't stop there. She kicks you a few times for good measure, the pointed tip of her shoes feeling like a pickaxe against your fracturing bones, making sure you stay down. As you lie, crushed and broken on the basement floor, the princess kneels on your throat with the kind of weight you didn't think her slight frame could possibly possess. As you gasp for air, she eyes you with an intense curiosity. You shouldn't have let that fear creep into your heart. You had the upper hand, and now look at you.
Is this really the best you could do? Look at you. Completely broken. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little disappointed.
Ma'am, this is my first time trying any of this. I'm so sorry.
She applies more pressure, slowly squeezing what's left of your life out of your lungs. This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Oh, the tower.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Not where I thought I would go.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay. But I died. What am I doing? Okay, no.
Oh, don't you start grandstanding about morals. The fate of the world is at risk right now, and the life of a mere princess shouldn't stop you from saving us all. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. What does it matter what he knows? There's nothing you can do
Voice
to
of the
stop her.
Broken.
She's just going to kill us again.
That's another new one.
She is not going to kill you unless you let her. But slaying the princess and saving the world is going to be much more difficult than it has to be if you spend the whole time second-guessing yourself.
Yeah. No, it's okay. Let's proceed to the cabin. Thank you for the pet and the posture check.
Before you go any further.
Why are they hula hooping with a murder weapon? Still a valid question, I think.
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. We might as well just pledge ourselves to her. and stop pretending we're capable of doing anything in this situation. She probably doesn't even need to try to overpower us. Can we tone down the pessimism just a smidge? I'm not being a pessimist. I'm just being realistic. You're being annoying. Just ignore their bickering, and whatever you do, don't pledge yourself to her. I cannot stress enough how absolutely catastrophic that would be for everyone, yourself included.
What would that mean? How can I pledge myself to her?
I agree. If she's wrongfully imprisoned, then we should rescue her, but if he's telling the truth, we shouldn't just hand her the world on a silver platter. Rescue her? Given the stakes of the situation, there isn't really a difference between rescuing her and pledging yourself to her. Either would be terrible. So please try to ignore both of those knuckleheads and focus on saving the world. Let's not make this harder than it has to be.
She into the cabin.
If that's what you want, I guess I don't have a say here. The interior of the cabin is larger and more grandiose than its humble exterior would suggest. The only furniture of note is a massive marble altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. Why do we feel so small?
Because the building is taller than last time.
We don't feel small. We are small.
What if I just go for the mirror without asking the narrator about it?
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. We should count ourselves lucky. Some things are better left unseen.
Okay, arm seems to always be this kind of arm, though. I am taking the blade with me.
You take the blade from the altar. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a spiral staircase. Its steps almost as deep as you are tall. The smell of incense drifts up from below. For a moment, you almost feel at ease. This is actually kind of nice. It's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her booming voice rolls up the stairs.
Is that a guest I hear? Don't linger on the stairs. Come down and witness me.
Save my game. I don't know if saving is actually going to help us in any way. I mean, to be fair, we probably have like 15 fucking different endings. We have yet to even see her the first time.
You weren't kidding when you said it was booming. She wasn't like this last time. We need to get down there. She wants us to see her. We need to see her. Should we be worried about your sudden change in attitude? Just a few minutes ago you were going on about how pointless everything was. Now you want to go down there. It doesn't matter what that little voice says. He's not the one making the decisions. Though if his ramblings get you to the princess, they get you to the princess.
Continue down the steps.
Making your way down the spiral staircase is a time-consuming and exhausting effort, every step requiring you to clamber over one edge before dropping to the next. But soon the end comes into view, and you tumble to the bottom, entering the vast, temple-like room beyond. The princess towers over you, almost glowing in the weak starlight, her figure framed by a stained glass window. Her long hair billows around her, and a chain binds her wrist to the far wall.
That's different.
Hi, TK.
The chain is nothing to her. It might as well be a toy for all the good it would do. I told you it was pointless to resist her.
The little bird has returned to me. I wonder what he wants. You brought that knife again, even though you know it's useless. Such charming audacity.
Right?
Drop it.
No.
As if on command, the blade
Damn.
slips from your grasp. It clatters uselessly to the floor, but we didn't drop it. We decided to grip it tighter, remember? Are you really just going to let that happen to us? I have a duty to report facts as facts, and the fact is that you dropped the blade. Of course we dropped it. She's so much more than us. You wouldn't understand what it feels like to be in her presence. Oh, I understand what's going on, and you'd better snap yourself out of it.
Kneel.
No.
Oh, are you still trying to defy me? I said kneel.
Your legs buckle, and your knees hit the floor.
Let the bodies hit the floor.
That's my good little bird. Now, why don't we talk? The last time we met, you couldn't even scratch me. And yet here you are again, trying to succeed where you've already catastrophically failed. What draws you back here beyond the empty halls of death? Speak.
The last time we met? I suppose that lends credence to our conversation in the woods.
Ah, see?
Still, whatever you
It's
do,
only the
don't tell her
narrative
why
that
you're
doesn't
here. It's best not to give her
retain
any ideas.
the memories from chapter 1. That's weird. What if I remain silent?
Do you think holding shut your beak is enough to stop me from prying it open? Do you think your skull can save your thoughts from being seen?
It is worth a try.
You're less broken than I thought. Perhaps you need another lesson in submitting to your betters.
Uh-oh.
Pick up that needle.
Do it. It's what she wants.
You notice it.
No objections here.
We're already kneeling, so...
Don't know what she's planning, and I don't like that we don't know what she's planning, but we might as well pick up the blade. As your eye falls on the blade, you feel a weight. Some divine hand that sits unperceived by your senses, but that manages to push you towards its desires like an unseen puppeteer.
Oh. Oh, I can't even choose the other options. Pick up the
You
blade.
reach forward and grasp the blade.
Stand.
This one's easy. See? This isn't so bad. Okay, yeah. We can do that. We were probably gonna stand anyway.
Okay,
You can
stand.
feel a creaking tension between body and will as you slowly rise to your feet, like two foes forced into an unhappy truce. The princess eyes you with soft contemplation. The moment seems to last a lifetime, the silent anticipation of what's to come dragging out the long, painful seconds. But all silences are broken eventually.
To define me is to claim we stand on level ground. We do not.
Oh, okay.
You are quiet shadow, while I am brilliant radiance. Take that knife in your hand and slit your throat.
I will do no such thing.
What? You don't have to listen to her. You're armed. Just steel your nerves, step forward, and end this.
And
Oh, we'll end this all right.
Uh-oh.
Your hand lifts the blade and brings it towards your throat. Okay, I apologize for the unclear language. End her.
Slay yourself. Resist or slay the... Ooh. I cannot resist. Resisting is grayed out. What happens? If I go for slaying her.
Your body is
Again.
sluggish and unresponsive, actively fighting against you, but you do your best to stagger forward. One step at a time, you move towards the princess.
Slitting your throat would have been a mercy, but it seems you're in need of a harsher lesson. Plunge that knife into your lungs.
no.
I'm sorry. Don't. As you take another step forward, the blade digs into your ribs, slicing through flesh with ease.
Well.
It somehow feels like an entirely natural thing to do, while the simple act of walking has become an arduous impossibility.
Slaying her doesn't include resisting now? Damn it!
Then it slides back out,
Ooh.
the wound burning as a small hiss of air escapes through the fresh orifice. Blood fills your lungs.
Now, do it again. Keep doing it until I give you permission to stop.
If I die before you give me permission to stop, though...
Those are just words. You don't have to
Do I
listen
do then?
to her.
I will be dead.
It's what she wants.
Is what you want.
You, heroic one, what are you doing? Don't just let this happen. Stop him from killing you. I'm on it. Your other hand locks around your wrist, struggling to keep it from perforating vital organs. But the blade still flails towards you, managing to slice bits of skin that plop to the floor to join the growing pile of blood and gore beneath you.
Ew.
Despite the pain, you manage to keep yourself in one piece. At least for now.
What a pitiful display. A wounded little bird, thinking it can defy a god. It doesn't have to be like this. It doesn't have to hurt so much. You can choose a gentle end. You can choose to leave that punctured vessel for the next.
Slay yourself. I do not have push forward. I once again can go with Slay the Princess.
Or you can pathetically struggle against yourself until the floor of this temple is painted with the bloody impressions of your futility.
You continue to approach the princess, even as the repeated gouges of your blade expose bone and muscle to the open air of the basement.
You know, this would be a lot easier if you gave us a hand.
My influence only goes so far, and I can only juggle so many things at once. The best I can do right now is to continue to drive you forward. Believe me, this whole ordeal would be so much easier if I didn't have to contend with free will.
You're the one making things difficult. You're the one making us hurt. She doesn't want to hurt us. She's just doing what she has to.
Stop.
Oh,
As you finish crossing the room, you fall to your knees at the princess's feet, your chest heaving as your blood pools in the crevices of the stone floor, the coppery taste coating your throat. The princess kneels down, lifting your chin with her finger as her face lowers to yours.
Your devotion is misplaced. You've surrendered to delusion. But something about your defiant spirit speaks to me. You are different than you were before. Perhaps, if you've learned your lesson, I can spare you from the release of death. There's a place at my side for you, if you'll have it. Not as an equal, but as something worthy to be kept. A priest, perhaps, or a pet.
Well, that's the meaning, isn't it? Yes, how thoughtful of her. It's a mercy. Take it. I think he's given up whatever say he had at the start of all this. At least one of you is sane. She's within striking distance, and she's only negotiating now because she knows you have what it takes to put an end to her. Seize the moment before it's too late.
Quadruply is surprising cute. Love the multiple ears. I would like to see what pledging myself does to her, but I also would like to see if I save this and go, if I can just reload this and go for the other one, or anyway, for now we are pledging ourselves to her for sure.
That's right.
Yes.
I can feel your heart opening to me. And there's what you've been chasing. The motivation that dragged you across the floor, bleeding and choking. I am destined to destroy the world.
I am Justin. Why do you say it like that?
Something about that thought wraps itself around my heart, as if it's a fundamental truth to my being that I'd somehow forgotten. The collapse of the old is a necessary prelude to the birth of the new, and the world as it is known is overdue for alterations. It's time for us to seize my destiny.
If this is what you want, then I guess there's not much else for me to say.
No.
No, you
You can't just give in to her. Not when the stakes are so high. Not when you're so close. I won't let you do this.
I already said I'm going to pledge myself to her. Wah, wah, wah.
There's still something in the way. A greasy film inside of you where it doesn't belong. Trying to conceal you from me. Is that a person? No, it used to be a person. It's something different now. An echo.
Is she talking about you? That's impossible. She's not supposed to be able to interact with me.
A shriveling little worm stretched beyond its limits, trying to control things that it can't understand.
No. What are you talking about? I
don't care what you are. You're mine.
Oh!
Rise, my little bird.
Without hesitation, you're brought to your feet.
Break my chains.
And how are we supposed to do that? All we have is a blade.
He does sound like a guy who got randomly picked on the road, yeah.
All you need to do is believe it's been done.
Hi, good evening.
You poor, wretched little thing. You already do believe. You've always believed. All you have to do is open the last door to your heart.
Wow.
It's easy. And once you let her in, you'll be safe and free forever. Please don't do this.
I have to, it's over, I'm sorry.
There's nothing to be sorry about. This is how it was always going to be.
I have 6 ears so I can hear Her Majesty better.
Alright, I'm done with this. I'm just gonna go sit in the corner. Let me know if we get our agency back.
Let me know we get our agency back. Break her chains.
Her chains shatter, and the cuff falls from her wrist. She is loose, and the end is upon us.
Oh, she said I am free. Well, the narrator said she's loose.
What a good disciple you are. Come, it's time for us to leave.
Thank you, Mother. What happens now?
Nothing. And then, everything.
Oh, but you do not take her hand, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? And there's that mirror.
Mirror again. Don't work here, just trust me. You've been here before, you always get scared.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything.
It's okay.
I don't want to look at us.
It's going to be okay.
Okay. If you say so. We'll trust you. A mercy.
Approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection.
There are always some leaves, you need to see what's in it. You've withered. You find yourself in a long quiet once again. You're at the cabin.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction. A mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
You can't be a contradiction. Contradictions don't exist.
And yet my waters flow and my streets bustle. There are no words that can describe me into non-existence. There is no logic that can bind my multitudes. I am everything that you have known me to be, but I am also none of it.
How can you stand to be a contradiction?
As easily as you can stand to be you. You are like me, even if you have chosen not to look at the corners of you that do not fit. Even if you have chosen to ignore the brilliant contours of your soul.
Doesn't matter how many times I go back, at least one of us always hurts the other. Doesn't it change you? Doesn't it make you worse?
It changes me. But it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me?
I like the music that's playing here, very good. I have no opinion one way or another on the matter. I just want it all to stop. No, remain silent.
You are what brings me meaning. Know that the pain of your journey will subside in due time. But you still have a ways to go before we are done.
What do you think of this vessel?
This one is Dominance, a figure capable of bending everything to her will. She will make for a terrifying and divine heart. Do not mourn her, for she would not be able to mourn you.
Okay. And do you still not care what I bring you next?
I care about your gifts, but I have no preferences to burden you with. Even if I did, I would never dare to tarnish our relationship by assuming myself above you.
I cannot be streaming for that long. I have to work tomorrow. But yeah, have a good night, Kai. Thank you for coming by. How many more vessels do I need to bring
You
you?
will know when we near our destination.
Okay. I'm ready to go back.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
Everything goes dark and you die. Ta-da!
You're on a path
Okay,
in the woods.
and
And at the end of that path
to the
is a
beginning.
cabin.
What have we not tried? What have we not tried? Oh, we haven't tried to see if we can free her. Maybe let's go for that one. Let's just go to the cabin. Proceed. Take the blade though. Yeah. Okay. Just checking in on you. I'm just here to talk.
She makes a compelling point. What if we just dropped the blade and talked? Look at her. It's not like she's a threat.
Is she now?
Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we
I
want.
wonder after we talk to her. Yeah. Sure, let's drop it.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face. Unarmed.
Yeah.
We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
What? How would I get you out of here?
You can't. Don't bother.
Bruh.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't, well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Damn, girl.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting, right? She is. I'm sure of it.
What's your name?
She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Note the lack of detail. You can't trust her.
Okay, how long have you been down here?
Too long.
Yeah, that's fair.
Again, she offers no specifics. No matter how hard you try, you'll never get a straight answer out of her.
Okay.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
Yeah.
You know why you're here.
Now I'm getting you out of here.
Oh, you have to be kidding.
Let's go for it.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
If you don't have the key, maybe you should go looking for it. I'm sure it's somewhere upstairs.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
Wouldn't they? Yeah, I'm going to check upstairs. Maybe the key's still lying around somewhere out there. If not, maybe I can at least find something to break you free.
I'll be here.
Yeah, not like you have anywhere else to be.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut.
Oh.
You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Is someone else here?
Hey.
Your shouts and pleas are met with silence. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
Well, that's not very nice. Try the door?
You try the door, but it's locked from the outside.
Okay, that is extremely not nice.
I'll repeat myself once again. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
That's so fucking rude. Okay, return to the bottom of the
You
stairs.
make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd simply slain her like you were supposed to.
But I've tried that. I wanted to try something new.
Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
Oh.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they? The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
I'm not going to cut off your arm. Jesus Christ,
You
bro.
won't like what happens if you do that.
I wonder what happens if we have this whole talk and then decide to still slay her. No, we're saving her. I did say I would like to go for saving her this time.
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the princess's arm, just above the massive, unyielding chain.
Her eyes are so big. Her eyes are so horrendously big, it's crazy.
You cut into her flesh.
Ew.
The blade is sharp, and you make quick work of it. Before long, you're able to crack through bone, and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet. She didn't so much as utter a sound. Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye. How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Yeah, let's do that. Approach the locked door.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I just can't let her escape into the world.
Oh. Really now? The narrator has a personal stake in this, huh?
As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your
No,
body steps forward and raises the blade.
No.
Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
Oh god. There's 50,000 slay the princess, but the only thing I can choose here is warn her.
Stop that.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect.
Yeah. Aside from the princess herself, who has a different voice actor, all of the voices on our end are the same person. This is also, if you've ever heard of the podcast series, the Magnus Archives. This is the same person, same guy behind it all. It's just I forget his name right now, which is a little unfortunate. Let me see. Magnus Archives. Wait. Magnus Archives. Well, I don't know if that's his actual name, but in the Magnus Archives, where he plays the main character, his name is Jonathan Sims. I cannot tell you if that's his actual name or Jonathan Sims? That is his actual name. Okay, sorry, that is his actual name. Then he just uses his real name for the podcast as well. But yeah, that's the guy. It's the guy who's also doing all of these voices.
Stop it. Stop resisting me. I am trying to get you out of here alive.
You are a narrator. You should not be able to do this. I am not slaying the princess. Resist.
The blade. Move the blade.
-5. Oh no, no. It's called Magnus Archives because it takes place at the Magnus Institute, which is named after an in-character, in-universe character whose name was Magnus, but the main character's name is just Jonathan Sims, like the actual narrator person, writer. He does a lot of stuff.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes.
I'm trying.
I'll make this quick.
Oh no.
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
And then she slits your throat with an
Oh.
almost clinical ease.
Well.
Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your butchered neck.
That's unfortunate.
This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die. I hope it was worth it.
Yeah, sure. Chapter 2, The Prisoner.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay.
A warning. Before she will lie.
Yeah, I know.
Yes, don't believe a word she says. Just go in, take the knife, and do what you're supposed to. Wink.
Wink. Reminds you of the Stanley Parable? Yeah. I do still need to play the Stanley Parable remake. I keep forgetting that's an option that I have. I own that game. I've specifically kept it to be a stream project at some point because it's just a perfect game to really experience on stream, not gonna lie. I played the original many years ago. But it's just every time you have a narrator who and then like a time loop story, not everything is as it seems. And you have many options to try. The narrator does interfere. I will admit it. I also always have to think of the Stanley Parable, but that's in a good way. It's like I like when games do this. I like when games are like, well, we thought you might want to try this, so we made it an option. Here, see what happens if you do.
Did you just say wink out loud?
Yes.
No, I didn't.
Wink.
Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess.
Oh, that's a new one. Okay, proceed into the cabin. Let's see what happens.
The interior of the cabin is less a cozy woodland retreat and more like a dungeon. A few pathetic wisps of starlight attempt to illuminate the cold, uninviting stone walls, and thick, wrought iron bars barricade the windows, reminding anyone who enters that this is a prison.
A prison?
The only furniture of note is an iron table, bolted to the floor, a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
I accidentally turned on auto mode. I do not want to turn on auto mode. There we go. Approach the... Wait, what if I take the blade first and then approach the mirror?
You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Fair.
Good idea. Much better to be armed than to go in with blind hope alone.
I approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime.
Will there be a new voice? Or what?
You
reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall.
Okay, it doesn't
hope you
change
know how
anything if I pick up the
ridiculous
blade
you
first and then go for the mirror. I thought maybe it would have.
But there was a mirror a second ago. And now it's gone. If he doesn't want us to know about it, it must be important. We should keep our eyes peeled. Maybe it'll be back.
Okay.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an old stone staircase. A few sputtering torches attempt to vaguely illuminate your path, dancing across glimmering patches of slimy moss on the stone steps. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice, harsh but controlled, carries up the stairs.
Oh, thank you for the save.
It would be nice if I actually managed to see my own fucking cursor, but I do not. I like because it shows up on the stream, but I can't see it myself. It's just stupid. Oh yes, definitely. I can see why everyone was talking in such high spirits about this game. This is good.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
Thank you for the raid. Welcome in, raiders.
Hello.
My name is Noah, like the color pink, vision of Jeopardies. We're currently playing Slay the Princess. This is our first time. I went into it completely blind. We are just seeing where it takes us. I hope you had a lot of fun. I have no idea what game that was, but I hope you had a good stream. Welcome in. Pikachu for the raiders, of course.
Pikachu. Pikachu.
Ooh, that was a little too much on edge. A medieval combat sim. Oh, okay, interesting. The really great melee. Sounds good.
I wonder what visitors she could be referring to. Were we not the first? You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She looks up at you, the heavy collar around her neck clanking loudly as she moves. The chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts her hands in her lap.
This seems more extreme than before.
Should we be worried about the one around her neck?
Why would you be worried about her restraints? If anything, they'll make your job easier.
Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose,
there's an extra one for you.
So obviously useless.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
I shouldn't need to do much of anything. Do you see how looked up she is? I'm just going to leave her. He leave the princess in a bit. Oh. Sit with her.
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
You don't want me to sit with you?
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
Okay.
That's reasonable. We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease.
Sit where you were told to sit.
You do as she asks and sit on the floor, still a good distance away from her.
Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me?
Finding out what this path holds. The other chain on the wall, who is it for?
I don't know, but you could always try it on.
Oh.
Maybe it'll fit.
I hope I don't actually have to say this, but please don't lock yourself in chains. We need you ambulatory if you're going to save the world.
Do we? I've been here before. Am I the only one who remembers that?
Oh? Are we acknowledging that? I thought we weren't going to give away the game.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember.
Okay, so we all remember every single voice of mine, plus the princess, remembers, except the narrator, unless the narrator is playing a trick on me, because clearly he can do more he did more. He did more last time. So every time he's like, oh, I can't help you here, he's just a lying asshole.
So you've already been here.
Yes.
As much as I would like to remain in denial, it's no use. This has complicated things. It's complicated things how, exactly? Ideally, this was supposed to be one and done. You go to the cabin, you heroically slay the princess, and in the process you save the entire world from being damned to oblivion.
So?
The situation right now, where you're getting a second shot at things, is a contingency.
Mm-hmm.
A contingency for what? For you failing, obviously. And you being here means that things are going to be a lot harder than they were. I really shouldn't say anything else, I'm just going to make it worse. Just good luck. If you knew this could happen, why didn't you tell us? All of this is incredibly valuable information. It would have changed our actions considerably. I needed you to be in the dark for as long as I could keep you there. It's important. Necessary.
I don't like that.
And maybe I wanted to be the first version of me that you met. I didn't want to be confronted by the alternative. That's pathetic. I never said I wasn't. I get it. It would be pretty upsetting, wouldn't it? To know that you might not be the first version of yourself. At least we can remember what happened before. Seems like we should count ourselves lucky for that. Exactly, he gets it. You're lucky, so don't waste that luck by messing it up again. Alright?
Listen. This is a new thing for me. I want to see what's happening.
Moving on. Why is it important for us to be ignorant? How is it ever helpful to be in the dark?
Because we're going to start questioning why we would have to kill someone. For no reason. They don't want us.
The more I say, the more your mind will swim into dangerous waters. Even saying that is too much. Your success hinges on you having imperfect information. For the sake of the entire world, you need to accept that.
I won't.
Fine, but you won't get another word from me on the matter.
Yeah, sure.
We'll see about that.
Just give it a rest, this isn't helping.
Focus. This is a serious situation. You shouldn't be daydreaming.
Sorry. What happened after I died last time?
Nothing happened. You died. I went upstairs. I couldn't leave. I found myself in a new place in chains again. More of them.
And that's where we are now?
And now you're back.
Oh.
Is that really all she knows?
It's not like we have much of a clue about how things work. And she's probably even more in the dark than we are.
You're looking at me like I might be hiding something. I'm not.
I guess it's possible she really doesn't know anything. Maybe both of us are stuck in this loop without any idea why or how.
What would you have me do?
Let me borrow that knife.
Oh?
Don't worry. You'll get it back.
That's
ominous.
But she seems confident. Whatever it is she has planned, I think
She
she knows
knows
what she's doing.
Oh please, she's just putting on an act to disarm you. That much should be obvious. In case you need to hear a voice of reason, it would obviously be unwise to give away your only weapon.
Give her your time and the bed.
Though if she isn't bluffing, whatever she has planned might be for her benefit alone. There's no guarantee that what's good for her is good for us.
So, what should we do?
I don't know. I'm just spelling out our options, listing the pros and cons.
Then let me help you. I'll start with the cons. If you're handing her your weapon, the cons are that she might use it to escape and end the entire world. And she might use it to kill you.
Well, so the last time we gave her the knife... Well, no, that's not even true. Last time we used the knife to cut her free. Since she is now in more chains than before, I don't see how cutting her free would be beneficial to her.
That doesn't sound great. What about the pros? There are none.
Oh.
The pros are that we can't trust him, possibly even more than we can't trust her. And whatever she has planned could do something to mess with what he has planned.
Let's trust her. I'm trusting you. Give her the knife. The knife.
Slide it over.
Okay.
No, absolutely not. I am
Nah,
not
nah,
letting
nah.
you hand your
Come
only
on.
weapon over to the world-ending princess. Until you come up with any other idea, like, say, I don't know, doing your job and slaying her,
No.
you remain rigidly in place.
No.
You tried this last time. Do you want to know how it went for you?
Come on.
Oh, I remember. She killed us, which, by your estimation, ended the world, right?
Oh, worry. Trying to take over, buddy. Exactly. If I were you, I wouldn't be too keen on repeating your mistake. Hell, we could even force your hand and do it ourselves. I'm not afraid of dying again.
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah.
A little.
Hello.
I think you got your point across. Fine.
Give her the knife.
You slide the blade across the floor.
Fuck yeah.
The princess maintains unsettling eye contact as she reaches down to pick it up.
Thanks.
She pulls up her hair,
Yeah,
smiling slightly
I knew this was
as she
coming.
raises the blade to her throat.
Or like, at least I was pretty sure that was what was going to happen once I gave her the knife.
What is she doing?
Cutting herself free.
She doesn't say another word as she cuts into her own neck.
No.
Look away. Watch an uneasy silence.
Her eyes stare
Ooh.
forward, unblinking, as she
Okay,
saws
ooh.
through skin, veins, cartilage.
Ooh.
At last she reaches bone, the blade grinding audibly against her vertebra as it continues to slice its way through her neck.
Brother, ew.
Be damned. She's actually doing your job for you. Why would she do that? Huh.
So that's her play. Killing herself? She isn't dead yet.
Finally, you hear a snap.
Ew.
Her eye twitches. There's an uneasy silence. She remains motionless for a long moment, her twitching eye the only movement in the room, until at last it stops in an unsettling half-wink. Her head twists slowly to the side, flopping to her shoulder,
Ew.
and her neck opens.
Ooh.
The remaining tissue is not enough to hold the weight of her severed
get-
head. It stretches and tears until finally it falls to the floor,
I see.
completely free.
Mm-hmm.
It bounces a few times before rolling to a stop at your feet.
Right. Gore warning. Mm-hmm.
Oh no, oh no, oh no, what did we do? Can we put it back? Please tell me we can put it back. The princess's eyes stare up at you.
Dead. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
You saved the world.
I hate this. Can we just get out of here now, please? Of course, the princess is slain and the world is saved. Whenever you're ready, you can proceed to your reward.
If my reward is once again just being stuck in eternity, now with, like, a part of... Ugh.
We should take her with us.
We
don't
should
you
what
think?
now?
What? No, you shouldn't do that. Why would you do that?
I mean...
I can think of lots of reasons. A
trophy.
Proof of our victory. Hell, we could even give her a proper burial. She did save the world. Right?
She did kind of do our job for us.
You don't need proof, you don't need a trophy, and she doesn't deserve a burial. Just leave.
Even after all that, you're still not satisfied, are you? Something is still motivating you to keep things the way you want them.
I'm just eager to put this all behind us and give you your reward. Stop reading into things, the danger has passed. You can relax.
I didn't like your reward last time. I don't think I'm going to like it this time, so just out of pure spite, I'm going to take her hat with us.
Also, what did you hope with this stream to? Well,
I'm just keeping myself sharp. I'm not so eager to put my guard
Eh.
down.
One of the reasons the game has a very lengthy
list of content warnings on its official page?
I am. I'm on team, let's put this all behind us, so can we leave already?
Take the princess with you.
Ugh, fine. You pick up the princess's severed head, its neck stump still oozing bodily fluids. Then make your way back upstairs to the first floor of the cabin.
But ew.
Did you see that? I could have sworn she moved.
She didn't. She's dead.
Are you sure about that?
But what if she's not? Are you listening to yourself? Do I need to explain to you why decapitation is lethal? The door to your bountiful reward is right in front of you. All you have to do is open it.
Leave the cabin and claim your reward.
You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom.
Except there's no world.
Only a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find.
Oh, wait.
Instead, what you find is... Wait, no, that's not right.
Well played.
Yeah! Talking heads.
This is the end of the world, isn't it? I always thought I'd at least have time to explain myself before I had to watch it happen, but it's already... over? Is he gone? But we're still here. Maybe it wasn't the end of the world after all. Maybe it was just the end of his.
Oh.
Thanks for carrying me up here. I had to take it on faith that you would know what to do.
Yeah.
I'm glad I was right to trust you.
Hey, anytime, girly.
So, this is the outside. Maybe it's just my lack of body, but it's colder than I expected.
But you do not get the chance to respawn, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
He's gone. And there's that mirror.
The mirror again. Sure. Approach it. You approach the mirror.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different.
It
Final.
feels... Oh no. Okay, wait. How many vessels do we have? I think this is the last. Oh.
You're right. Part of me wants the truth, but something stronger is holding me back. Fear.
The voices feel small, distant as you approach. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You've unraveled. You find yourself in a long quiet once again. You're at the cabin.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. We're supposed to be there.
I much preferred your last version, not gonna lie. I'm not a big fan of the decapitated one. I mean, I know I'm responsible, but also, ew.
Do you know what we'll find out there?
I have no idea. Do you think that anything is real out there? Do you think that we are real?
We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something. But nothing cannot exist on its own. And because of that, nothing can't exist.
There's trees and stars and people, I think. At least they're supposed to be people.
There is a warmth and sadness in me at the thought of people. Fresh tears on a winter's day. They are not like us. They do not last.
You know what's going to happen when you awaken?
If I did, I would already be awake.
That is fair. Do you have thoughts on this vessel?
This one is cold and cynical. She has protected herself when others could not. She will make for a clever heart. Do not mourn her. She doesn't need to be protected any longer.
Okay. When you send me back, I'm not alone. There are voices that speak to me. Some of them are me, but one of them is something else. I call him the narrator, and he wants me to kill you. Do you have a narrator? Have the vessels had one?
No. Their thoughts are quiet. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
I have no idea. He does. I don't know why, but I know this for a fact. He does, and when I find him, I'm going to kill him. He does, but you're going to keep that to yourself. No, he does, and when I find him, you and I are finally going to have answers.
Do not look to one who fears me for your truth. The only answers worth knowing are those we can find within ourselves.
Okay. How many more vessels do I need to bring you?
One. Whatever you bring me next
One more.
will be enough. And then gravity will pull the others back to me. I will be singular. A final multitude.
Okay. If this is the last time, is there anything you would like me to bring you?
These gifts are a conversation, and each one shows me the contours of your heart. The only thing I want to see is what you choose for me when the thread is fully drawn.
Okay, go back.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here.
Okay, I'm going to
waiting
attempt
for
one
you.
more. Oops. Everything goes dark and you die. Okay.
You're on
Let's
a
go for the
path
one more
in
and
the
see
woods.
what we can get. Continue to the cabin. Proceed into the cabin. It's just a normal cabin. Let's go in without the blade.
Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Because all we've done so far have always been like, okay, we take the blade with us. So what if you just don't bring the blade down here? What happens then?
Hello?
Oh.
Is someone there?
Oh, she sounds different this time.
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
That's alright. Lie, I'm here to save you. I'm here to save you.
How many times do I have to tell you how dangerous letting her out of here would be before it finally sinks in?
I just wanna have some fun.
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever.
Yeah.
Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's beautiful. How could someone like this be of threat to anyone?
I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. I can't
Hi.
believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever. I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
Don't do it. If she gets out of those chains, we're all one step closer to the end.
I'll see what I can do.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake.
Shut the fuck up, dude.
No, you're doing the right thing.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
No.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
Do you have any other ideas?
Maybe there's some way to break the chains? Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
No.
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance.
Listen, I tried the whole cutting part last time. It didn't really end well.
If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut.
God damn it.
You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
Is someone else here?
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to.
Me.
Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
It's okay, we'll get out of here.
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
Wow.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates
Ew.
before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you. The clang of bouncing metal.
Okay.
It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now.
Or we could use it to free her.
Yeah.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
I want to see what happens if I do that. Save the princess.
Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound.
So
on the
we just do the
princess's
same
arm,
thing
just
with
above
more
the
steps.
unyielding chain binding her to this place.
Damn,
To
girl.
cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little
Ugh.
effort to crack through the bone of her arm. Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit.
She didn't so much
I
as
hope she
utter a
wasn't
sound through
the
the whole ordeal.
right-handed person.
No, she didn't.
She smiles softly as her gaze
Mm-hmm.
meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground. How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Yeah,
No.
sure.
We won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No. I can't just let her escape.
As I keep
into
saying,
the
you're a
world.
narrator. Why do you have your own thing going?
As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
It does not.
Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
What are you doing?
Oh no, 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 no. Want her?
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know.
Ah,
you
but
don't
this
have to
time,
do
this time
right?
the whole, last time the 500 slaying options were grayed out. This time I could actually choose them, but I do not want to.
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart.
My fucking monitor just turned off.
But the princess dodges,
Yes.
stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect.
Good, good, good.
Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here
No,
alive.
no, no. No, we're not slaying the princess. We're resisting.
The blade. Move the blade.
Absolutely not.
As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
Take the knife from me.
We both know this isn't you.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
Trying to see what happens if I
I'm
follow
sorry.
this path.
I'll try to be quick.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony. But you aren't dead yet.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake. For her sake? Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone.
I wonder what program they did all of the sprites and stuff in, because this entire game looks like it was drawn like with a pencil.
Whatever. She
Which is
sinks
really
the blade
cool.
into your chest again and again and
And
again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
I'm sorry.
Damn, girl. Maybe open your eyes so you...
She doesn't know how to use
Hit me
a knife,
better?
does she? Apparently not. Though it doesn't matter how sloppy her knife work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
I'm so sorry.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks. It can't just end like this, right?
Now we're just going to step into chapter 2.
Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over.
It's over.
Everything goes dark.
And you die. Oops, sorry. That's a different
You're
chapter
on a
2 than we're
path
used to.
in the woods.
Uh-huh.
And at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay. Proceed to the cabin.
Warning. She will lie.
I
If
know.
only you knew what you did to us, you villain.
Aha, I knew it.
Excuse me? Forget he said anything. But he is a villain. He made our beloved brutally take our life last time. He's trying to keep us apart, but he won't be able to withstand the power of our love.
The power.
Last time? What are you talking about? I think he just likes to hear the sound of his own voice. Let's try to ignore him. I do, but I also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed. Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet. Don't pay their bickering any mind. Focus on the task ahead.
Okay.
The interior of the cabin is clean and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine-threaded tapestries, a prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
No. What about the mirror?
You walk up to the wall next to the basement. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. You reach forward and... But there wasn't, but now it's gone.
Okay.
Pity. We could have a feather out of place and now we'll never know. We can't gallantly sweep her off her feet if we have a feather out of place.
I'm not taking the blade.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight, but it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. A soft voice carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
You have a monster's head? It's not just a hand, I think.
Her voice. It's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I think we're in love.
Okay, I'm with you that we should be doing whatever we can to save her, but saying we're in love is a bit much, don't you think? We don't even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this fawning. Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess.
She's a different dress now.
There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall. My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment.
My love.
You know she can't hear you, right?
I can still try.
She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit. Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
See?
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing, and she called us a hero.
A hero.
Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it? Waiting for you to come back? You've been here before, haven't you?
I have.
That's right, villain, and you killed us. Well, she killed us. Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty. And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time. We damned a whole world, but everything reset. Nothing resets, you're just somewhere else. You can't keep hopping between worlds forever. Especially not without leaving a trail of incomprehensible devastation behind you. This is horrible.
Such devastation. It was my intention.
Horrible for you, maybe, but we've been given another opportunity to sweep her off her feet and treat her like the lady she is.
So true.
Now, hold on. If she actually ended a world, are you sure we want to do this?
Listen, hero
Are you
is.
sure we
Hero
want
is.
to rescue her?
Yes, we are going all in.
We never saw a world end, and now I'm even more certain that we must chase our heroic and romantic destiny than I've ever been. I shan't let anyone convince us otherwise. Are you listening to him? He's lost it. Don't let him distract you. Just do your job.
I didn't bring a knife. Do I have to cut you out again?
I'm okay with whatever you come up with. You can cut my arm off again.
I'd rather not.
We won't be laying a finger on her perfect wrists, and indeed, we won't even have to. Do you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip her right out with no harm done. What? No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains.
I could try.
Why are you two arguing over the logistics of slipping her hand out of her shackles? She just said she'd be okay with any idea we came up with. Am I the only one here who thinks that's weird? She didn't care last time. Why should she care this time? That's our stoic, smiling angel. No, you're right. It's extremely bizarre behaviour and further evidence that she's a monster who's not to be trusted. So go ahead and slay her.
I didn't bring a knife. What happened after I died?
You died, and now we're talking.
That doesn't answer anything. But before we started talking, did the world end? Did you end? I'm sorry about what happened last time. The narrator who sent me here to kill you took over my body. It was extremely unfair.
If another version of me was pushed to such drastic action, it was for good reason.
I don't believe you.
That's okay. You were just doing your best, and that's all that matters.
Motivational talks with the princess.
She took that in stride. To a surprising extent. An almost unsettling extent, actually. That's because she's perfect.
Thank you.
Do you think she has someone like him telling her what to do? She doesn't. There's no one else like me. I think he's right, because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like him, always trying to drive her to violence.
Rescue the princess.
I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess, You'll what? Take over our body and force us to try and kill her?
We tried that already.
I would if you had a weapon. Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths, and if you try anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought. You wouldn't. I would. I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings, and doesn't the world end if we don't stop her? You approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned.
We're
doomed. I can't believe it. But I guess I have to. I told you, there's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you actually have both of your arms and hands intact.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace. Ugh. If only you had a weapon, one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be buried in her back and everyone out there would be saved. Luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon. Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love on our side?
Hell yeah.
What do we do now?
Escape? What do you want to do?
Let me guess. End the world? Spoken with the rank cynicism of someone who has never felt love in his heart.
I don't actually know. Nobody's ever asked me what I wanted before.
Oh no.
She doesn't even know what she wants. You may have had her all wrong. What if this whole thing is just a misunderstanding? What if she doesn't want to end the world? You're so gullible. Is the only thing you've ever doubted the actual truth?
I think I want to leave. And I think...
The princess closes her eyes in deep reflection, and then she shrugs.
I don't know. What do you want to do?
Oh, what do I want to do?
I want you to tell me what you want.
I just want to make you happy.
Oh, wow. Oh, her eyes are getting bigger.
She can't just want to make us happy.
Oh, God.
It makes sense to me. That's all I want for her, so of course she'd want the same for us.
Anyone else hearing the difference in the music?
But what would make you happy?
I just want to make you happy.
Oh.
Is she broken? What's going on?
Yeah.
What's going on is she's lying to you, only she isn't a good liar.
Uh-oh.
Are you starting to trust me now?
You have to want something more than just making me happy?
Okay, I'll find something else to want if that makes you happy.
Oh, God.
This isn't right. I don't know what's going on, but this isn't right. I fail to see the problem here. She's just sweet on us. You don't have to act like it's a big deal.
Yeah, she's going through every single era of Moe Blob, girl. There must be something you want?
I just want to make you happy.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Is it just me, or does it feel like we're alone right now? Like we're the only ones here?
Oh, there she goes. You don't get the chance to ask another question, nor will you ever. It's time for you to leave. Memory returns.
She was our perfect match.
No, I think that was just wishful thinking on
She's
your
gone.
part.
Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a...
Yeah, mirror again, approach it.
Yes. I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit here and preen for a while? That can't hurt, right?
Always a few small distance you approach. You are nothing at all. But that isn't right. You can't be nothing. You refocus your gaze and then you see it. A figure, faint and veiled in shadow, just beyond the reflection. Are you me?
I think you know what I am.
You motherfucker! A crack slides down the center of the mirror, splitting the image in the glass in two. And then another crack forms, and another, turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. Oh. So you're the narrator. I was wondering if I'd ever get to see you.
The narrator, yes. I suppose that's my job, isn't it? You needed help after all, an objective voice to guide your blade. But you were never supposed to see me. I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction to fall this far.
What are you? Are you something like me?
Oh, I'm nothing like you. I'm an echo, likely one of many. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me.
I just like you. You said something like that before. Has every narrator really been different?
Of course. That is by both necessity and design. This construct you're in exists in many places at once. Anytime you failed, anytime you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both your consciousness and hers into another world. But you'll be awake soon. And then it won't be able to work like that anymore.
Ooh. Do you have anything to say for yourself for all of this hubris?
I do. The people out there are real. No matter what you do to them, no matter what you enable, I want you to remember that.
After everything you've done to us, do you think anyone deserves to live?
Nobody alive has done anything to you. I'm all gone. But if you and the princess want to smite the rest of them for the crimes of a dead man, if you really want to be that petty, there isn't much I can do to stop you.
Does it hurt when pieces of you break off like that?
It doesn't hurt. I don't feel pain. Not physically.
Ooh. I don't want to destroy you. Will it help if I look away or stop asking questions?
We've already crossed the point of no return. There's no saving me now.
Yeah.
Not that there's ever been much of me to save.
Oh. Are you a part of me or are you something else?
No, I'm not a part of you. But that's all a matter of perspective, isn't it? From one vantage point I must seem wholly foreign, but from another, well, all the versions of me that have existed have collectively heard your every thought and driven your every action. If that isn't being part of you, then what is? Soon I'll be gone entirely, and you'll be left alone with your final choice. So allow me to make my final request. The princess contains death itself within her, but I wove you into being with all the power you need to destroy her forever. Do it. Slay her, and rid the world of death and suffering.
You do know about the looping. So many of the times I met you, you denied it as even being a possibility. Why did you lie to me?
Perhaps they thought that admitting to it would have pushed you to certain realizations that would have made finishing your task impossible. Maybe they were just in denial. I'm sure many of them were convinced that they had to be the first version of them you'd encountered. Anything else would have been too existentially unpleasant.
Oh.
For all I know, each of those other versions of me could have had entirely different understandings of how this construct works. Who's to say which of them are right and which of them are wrong, really? Except for me. I can tell you for a fact that I'm right.
I think you're out of time and I'm going to slay her, and I want you to know that before you die for good. Rest easy, I'm going to destroy her. Rest easy, I'm going to destroy her, but it's a lie. I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet. I still have to see what she thinks about it. I have to say nothing and watch her end. I don't actually know yet. I haven't decided yet.
I've said my piece, and my time is up. It's like I said, I'm just an echo. And echoes always fade away. You know what you have to do.
As the final fragment of glass shatters, you see yourself with newfound clarity. You are the long quiet, a vast and nascent god, and it's finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you. Proceed to the cabin one last time. When you arrive at the heart of things, there's no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There's nothing for you to find. Ooh! It's
I
very...
can finally see you, and you can finally see me.
Yeah, hi.
It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
Missed you too. She unfurls an endless cascade of smiles in response and then patiently waits for you to continue. What happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echoes spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
So many stories left unfinished. Can we really just leave? Don't you have a say in all of this? Why is this all falling on me? Let's talk this through. I still have so many questions I need answered before I can make a choice. Oy, that's so much. I still have so many questions I need answered before I can make a choice. I think.
My very nature is paradox, as is yours. You cannot use words to grasp at things that are beyond their reach. And you cannot rationalize that which defies logic. But violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it.
Your lover drives a stake into your body, and another, and another, and another. Do I miss your heart because I can't stand to see it go? Love melted into skepticism, and you pulled back layer after layer after layer, until all you were left with was the knowledge that you did not know me. You sought the truth then. Will you hide from it, now that it is within your grasp?
Address this vessel statement directly. Appeal to your shared humanity. Reject her authority. Argue your independence. Reject her respect. Oh goodness. Sure, address this vessel. What does that do? I've no desire to hide. I don't want to hide from the truth.
Then don't.
Oh.
Leave with me. There's no need for you to fight what we are.
There's so much
To
happening.
question everything is to deny the truth in front of you. To live alone within the caverns of your mind is to trap yourself in them forever. But you found me, and we chose to trust each other for no reason than the sake of believing in something that wasn't us. Shared skepticism blossomed into freedom, but we needed to walk a path together to bloom. Would you stop our journey now that you've seen its beginning? What of those in the worlds beyond? Would you erase their paths to stop them from going astray? The path only ends when it becomes a new beginning. To see those seams as finality
is to pass over them with closed eyes. You are nothing. A black hole of self-loathing fed by the matter of your restless thoughts. A dog blind to its leash. But there is no light without the dark. When I proclaimed my godhood and offered you a place at my side, you gladly became the instrument of my new creation.
You sure did.
Only with both of us is there a future to look towards. It is hope that carves meaning into being.
I miss when that was you. Submitting to you was a mistake. It would have destroyed you if I knew what you were, and you were consumed by your own ego. Would have destroyed you from me. No, I miss when that was you.
My threads, like yours, are unbroken. She is me as much as I was her.
Damn, girl.
A shiver passes through you as unseen fingers dance across your skin. They remember the violence you inflicted on them, and yet they don't return it. I offer you absolution, and you take my hand in yours.
Ah, that was the one where we immediately just went for the kill.
But you do not follow my path. Hands clasped together, you break yourself, and you break me with you. You were willing to sacrifice everything you thought was you, to end me again.
Glad to end this together.
And the thread of that ending wove itself into yet another experience.
I have no idea what I'm doing here. As the clash between you abates, you begin to shake, your will rapidly dissolve.
Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
Could still slay her. Wait, hold on. What do you think happens if we leave here?
This universe dies, and a new one is born. And that one dies, and a new one is born. And you and I get to witness it all, weaving a tapestry of life wherever we go.
Okay. The frightful battle world, I'm so sorry, Slider Princess. Your cruelty itself, I can't let you exist, Slider Princess. I don't know what the answer is, but there has to be something else. It can't be this. I won't kill you, but I won't let you free. You've done everything you can to make me understand your perspective, but you keep this miss in mind. If you think you can change me, then I must be able to change you. I won't kill you, but I won't let you free. What about this one?
There is no something else.
Damn.
This,
there's no third
what
path.
we are, is everything.
Whatever you're trying to do right now, you don't have to do it alone.
Which hero are you?
I'm all of them, I assume, in the same way that you're all of you.
Oh. Where's everyone else?
They're still where you left them, stuck in the folds of this place. Part of me is with them, just like part of me is with you right now. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
It's time to resume our dance.
She's relentless, isn't she? Let's make this quick. Are you ready?
Ready.
Then let's go. And here we are. I'd say we were back where it all started, but I guess it's a little after that, isn't it?
Hey.
Do you need me to describe things?
Oh, the very first one.
That'd be nice. A little comfort in
Right.
an almost unfamiliar place.
Right. The one where everything was just a little fucked. Except this time around, all of her is also outside the windows.
Oh, you made it here too? We never really got to talk to her, did we? This one, I mean.
It's just the three of us. Did anyone else make it to the cabin?
It's just us. I think the rest of them are still out there, jumbled up in the rest of her.
And I've been here since you left me here. No hard feelings, I'm just glad you're back to see this through.
Okay. The offer still stands. Could you describe the cabin to us for old time's sake?
Yeah, of course. The interior of the cabin is, well, it's not really a cabin, is it? It's that terrifying blend of everything. Only it doesn't feel so terrifying anymore.
Oh, this is so fascinating. I think me managing to get specifically this one as our very first one does give us a very interesting perspective.
It's still shaped like a cabin, it's just different in places. There's still walls, a door to the basement, a table, that knife. Windows.
Windows! The collector's brain cell will help us out. I hope it's gonna help us here too.
You know, come to think of it, I don't think he ever really included the windows in his cabin descriptions, did he?
Not really.
He mentioned the windows when we broke them. No mirror this time, either. I think it did whatever it needed to do. And I know you're still trying to find some middle ground, but if things go south, we're going to need that blade.
That's fair. Take the blade?
That's probably for the best. It's always seems to give us more things we can do, right?
Hi there, good evening.
So, you're not going to suggest we throw it out the window? No, we've been through too much for that. And he's gone, so there's no one left to mess with but ourselves. You've gotten serious. Besides, what's the third beat? It isn't funny if we toss it out the window twice.
I'm good. I'm a little tired, and I'm also terrified looking at the time because we are going overtime.
There's the guy I know.
This is a new game. Yes, we just started earlier. I am not going to throw it out the window again. I do kind of want to see what happens if I do, but I'm going to make a save here beforehand.
Yeah, it's dead silent in here. Whatever it was that was left of him, I don't think it could handle you waking up to godhood. Pretty sure he got obliterated. Really goes to show how much you've grown up. Killing somebody across every iteration of reality just by existing. I don't even know what I would do if I were in the driver's seat with that kind of power.
Yeah, good thing you aren't. I actually know how to feel about him being gone.
Yeah, it's complicated. He put us through hell, but he's been part of us since the very beginning, hasn't he? It's not complicated at all. I miss him.
Oh.
I feel bad that he's gone.
Wait, let me put a save here. I'm not throwing that blade out the window. I am. I do want to see what happens.
You actually did it. I know I just told you not to, but I'm proud that you did it anyways. It's like you've finally left the nest. Yeah, just like that it's gone, isn't it? Blade tossed, glass shattered. I guess we'll have to make do without it. There's your third beat. Hey! You're right. Good work. That was really funny.
Alright, into the basement.
Those winding stairs again. But now there's only one way forward. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice? Yeah, it was a real mess. Stopped being fun pretty quick.
It's okay. You can come down. The stairs won't bite. Not this time.
Oh, really?
We don't know what you want from us, but let's talk. All of us. Maybe we can help you find your way.
She doesn't sound messy anymore, though. At least somebody here feels put together.
Continue
and
down
forward
the
we
stairs.
go. We shouldn't keep her waiting. That was easy compared to last time. Just stairs. No weird fuzzy stuff or nonsense trying to pull us apart.
Except she has like 3 faces this time, but to be fair.
Yeah, that
it's
wasn't
only
so
3.
bad.
So you didn't bring the knife. After all the lives we've lived together, and all the lives we haven't, you somehow found a way to move outside of the script.
Are we missing a page?
Sit with them. Hey! So good to finally see you again.
It is, for all of us. We've seen so many threads of stories told between us, but this moment is unexpected. Even when we've seen it all, you still managed to surprise us.
I never got the chance to talk to you before you were taken away. Not you at least. I'm sorry for what I did to you.
It's okay. No hard feelings. In a way, you helped us become a version of her, but we weren't very good at it. I don't think a conversation with us then would have been very insightful. That's probably why we were taken away. That's all we had to offer you. It was time to change again.
After all we did, she's just forgiving us. Just like that. You know, that means a lot.
Are you the same as you are out there?
Yes, we think. We're kind of like a shadow. Out there, every part of us is blended together into one huge idea. A big wave of unyielding change crashing against the world. But in here, we're fractured. Small. Still a little more separate than we'd like to be. Our instincts still trying to pull us in different directions.
That's kind of like us, isn't it? Yeah. We really are the same.
What do you think of her, what she wanted us to be?
We don't know. We've seen through so many eyes, but all of them have been hers. We like you as you are. We like us as we are. Maybe we would have liked her version of us too, turning the wheel of a cosmic cycle together. But that's not the choice you made, even though she did everything in her power to convince you. It took courage for you to make your way down here, away from the paths others would have had you walk. We find that courage beautiful.
But that's the worst part of us. That's me she's talking about. I think that's the point. There is no worst part of us.
Which princess are you? You look like you did the first time we met. Is this the real you?
It's so tempting to speak as she would, to simply state that we're all of them, but there were also something new. We don't know if you'll find that answer satisfying. Perhaps you'd rather hear that we're the first version of her that you've met, but that we've been shaped by the experiences of all of the others.
Oh.
Yes. That feels right to us.
It's her. It wouldn't make sense if she was anyone else.
See. Now that we're here at the end of everything, can you finally tell me your name?
We're just a stranger. But that doesn't mean we have to be distant from you. It just means that we'll always be able to find new things to discover in each other.
That's sweet. But it's also a little sad. I think it's only sad if we want it to be sad.
I think I want to be a god.
Hard agree. Seems overrated. Too much pressure.
But that's what you've always been. Even now. You can't put aside such an important part of who you are. And neither can we. So, you might as well embrace it.
None of this was ever really fair for either of us, was it?
Is it unfair if it's our fault?
Was it not? We found you at the end of all things, and you found us. Is that not fair? Would this moment be what it is without the pain that built to it? We know we must sound like her, but it's how we feel. Everything that happened to us seems so important now. We walked a long and winding path together, and we've cherished every second of it.
Besides, I don't think fairness has much to do with anything.
What if you just leave?
He'd hate that. So you should do it. Even if he isn't here anymore, it's the spirit of the thing.
You forgot I was playing this today. Oh, I'm sorry. We're almost at the end of tonight, though.
Leave?
I think.
But what would happen if we left with you? Would we exist inside ourselves? Are you sure you want to find out if that's possible, or
Certainly
what that
an
would mean for
interesting
you?
experience.
Is that what you want?
Like the hand in yours. I always wanted to leave with you, but I didn't like being a god. I want to walk through that cabin door as we are, just you and me. Not knowing is exactly what I wanted. We knew everything out there, but we don't know this. I want this. It doesn't matter what it means. What matters is that we're leaving together. That's all I want. This one is an exploration thing, though. Let me take your hand. Oh. Walk through the cabin door as we are, just you and me. Doesn't matter what it means. There's no need for words. Leave with her. No, let's do say so. We might as well we're leaving together. That's all I want.
After so many iterations, so many different versions of us clashing and coming together and clashing again, leaving with you feels like all we ever really wanted.
I think I'm gonna stay right here. Whatever you're doing right now, wherever you're going, it feels like it's for just the two of you. Yeah, I think we've done our job.
Are you two going to be okay alone?
We're not alone. We have each other, and I'm sure we'll find the others.
Leave with the princess. Hands clasped together, you and the princess leave the basement behind for the last time. It's quiet as you ascend, a comfortable silence filling a space that used to be flooded with violence and words and noisy thoughts. There's an energy in the silence, an electricity, the anticipation of the unknown. At the top of the stairs, the princess stalls, eyes fixed on the cabin door. You feel their hand tremble in yours, they unsure of themselves for the first time in a long and short existence. They have no part to play anymore and they know this, yet they still are. And then they cross the room to the door outside, pulling you excitedly with them.
We can feel the threads of all the stories we've told together, all pulling us back down the stairs and into those chains where we know the outcome of everything that could ever come to pass. It's comfortable there, but it's confining. We want more. We want whatever might be on the other side of this door. Something new that we'll experience together, with someone who exists outside of us. With someone who can see us in a way we can never see ourselves.
I love you. It's going to open it. Are you ready? Neither of us knows what's going to be like up. I can tell her I love her. Hello?
And we love you too.
Oh! The voices, yeah, Jonathan Sims. Yeah. They do only have those two people voicing everything. That's crazy. Oh. So good. You solo patrons and alpha testers. Yay! Mission failed successfully. Thanks to Little Creatures Wednesday, spoons and nubs. So Gap Small was on this. Thank you so much for playing. As an expression of our gratitude, here's a track order for a special playlist just for you. If you'd like to take a screenshot, you can hide the UI by hitting A. Join the Discord, join a mailing list, join a subreddit, follow up somewhere else, make your playlist, play on other game, return to the main menu. Oh, that's it then. For our first run. It's obviously not it for this as a stream project, though. I do want to see what all the other endings are. The funniest thing is, we got this one. I know I keep saying this, but we got this very specific one. Simply because I went with the whole, oh, what if I just say no to everything the narrator wants and just leave? Immediately locking us into getting the stranger as our first ending. Which locked us into this one, basically. That's fun. That is so good. That is so good. We got... hold on. Where is my fucking cursor? Can I not see it? You guys can see it, but I can't. This is so stupid. Yeah, hi, hello. Okay, I am not allowed to look at my achievements right now, I guess. I got 22 out of 97. God. A bit confusing? Yeah, I think that's part of it. I think that's part of it, though. Oh, fascinating. We have, okay. This is good. So, for the next one, the next time, I'll try. I try to go for more routes on the unarmed tab. So like the basic difference on how you can get to any of these is like, okay, aside from the very first one we got, which was leaving, the basic ways to get any of these paths is like the first difference is just, are you unarmed when going down there, or are you armed? Most of the ones we did today so far, except for the very last one, have just been us taking the knife and going down there, which immediately locks us to like one side. Then there's one, we got to the Spectre, which we got the Spectre, we got the Tower. We did get the good ending. No, that one doesn't really count. And we got the one for freeing her if we go down her while armed. Then there's an entire different pathway if we go down there and we are unarmed and also try to free her. That's the last one we got. So next time I'm gonna try and see what else we can get if we just go down there unarmed. I wonder what happens if we go down there unarmed and still go for the slaying. Like if you listen to the narrator, when we get the 500 options to slay her and not warn her, right? All of that stuff. And then we have to get another 5 vessels to see what terrifying being she's going to be by the end of it. Let's see what happens. Interesting. This is fun. It's gonna be, I think the more endings or the more pathways you get, the harder it's going to be to get a specific one. But if I understand it correctly earlier, I think we are locked out of options we've already had. I'm hoping that's gonna go like across the board and not just for one round of, oh well, you always have to find 5 vassals for her. Because otherwise I have to start writing a list of what we already got. Thank you for listening. No, thank you for coming. Let me hit some buttons real quick though. Jonathan Sims as a narrator is really good though. Some of the voices do sound a little similar, sure, but it still works. It very much works. But yeah, thank you so much for coming. I'll post the schedule in a bit. We are going terribly over time and I need to get going. But next stream for this game is gonna be on Wednesday. That's the plan at least. And then we're gonna catch a few more princesses for sure. Thanks for the stream. No, thank you. Let me send you guys over to you, who's playing a Dredge. Again. I like Dredge. I like watching other people play the game. I will not be playing it myself. I know I say this every time. Have a good night. I'll see you all soon.
And bye bye. Bye bye bye.